Why is
We're
everyone
live
saying
right
debate?
now, baby.
Why
Go.
is okay? So I have like a general, genuine question here. Why is everyone saying debate Edwin when everybody logically knows Edwin is a downgrade from Augie? And the way
Yeah.
technicals objectively, again, this is not me being an ass, objectively whipped Augie's ass.
I
Like
don't
the
know, but
next
we're live
logical
now.
step, the next logical, yeah, I know. That's why I'm putting this out there.
All right,
The
go
next
ahead.
logical step would be to go to Nicholas Diorio, who we know is objectively better than all of them, right? Who
Yeah,
put
or
up
John
the
Swan
best.
even. Why the fuck
Even
Edwin?
John, yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's why a downgrade to Edwin? I know that might hurt Edwin's feelings, especially coming from me, but I don't care. So, no, but seriously, objectively, I'm just being objective here. Why would you want to downgrade from Augie to Edwin?
Yeah, no.
It doesn't make any sense. You know, help it make sense. That's all.
I have no clue, but yeah, now we're live. Hey, everyone, what's going on? We're
Oh
live.
shit, you went live? I was gonna go grab some food, asshole.
Well,
Fuck, I was literally about to tell you
go
that.
grab food. That's cool.
All right, yeah, you do
You
your
can go
opening
grab
shit.
food.
I'm fucking
Go
hungry.
ahead, go grab your food and come back. That's fine. So I got Sen with me, or I think it should be joining here in a little bit. We're just gonna go over Technicals is a stream here. Well, we're gonna see actually since Technicals is here, because it'd be a little bit redundant to just go over the fucking stream that he did himself. We're gonna see if we can just fucking find the original stream and just fucking talk about that shit.
So Augie just said, laughing my ass off, this is what this guy was criticizing more, watching his video 3 times than actually doing prep. Yeah, he probably should have done that the first time, and then he wouldn't have.
Thank you, Nizan, for becoming a new member. A new fucking tier is going to be opening up later.
Either I go live with nothing and talk about my ass, or I show up with prep, which somehow makes me look bad. Again, you should have done this a while ago, but whatever. But doesn't he go live usually without doing any prep? Whatever. Yeah, shove that third debate up your ass, Copesburg and Beg. Third debate. What was the second debate? Wait, they had 3 debates? They had 3 debates? I thought it was only 1. Or 2, technically. I guess technically 2.
I thought it was only 2 as well. So, or 1, actually, no. 1, 2 and a half.
Well, with Augie, 2, right? It would be, it depends. Like, if you want to count the first one, which was more like friendly, and then you want to go to the second one with Keem, that one was more like heated.
Yeah.
So this would be
2, yeah.
Yeah, it would be 2.
Oh, I guess. I don't know. It's just funny, man. Just seeing all this shit. It's just humorous. It's just entertainment, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. We're just gonna have a fun time with all of it. It's just like I said, it's Sunday.
Well, I want to address another one of the points. Is
go ahead.
You say he's hiding, but he's right. This is from I think an Augie fan. You say he's hiding, but he's right. Both sides won't change. The only one who's lost subs was you. So, like, yeah, like going up against, what was it, like 5 creators losing, what was it, like 100 subs off of that? That just tells me more about the worth of the 5 creators put together than it does about fucking Technicals being, like, vindictive and an ass. Like, so Technicals he can essentially, if he wants to be petty, he can afford to lose 100 subs and be undamaged. Because he gained them all back, right? From what I saw on Social Blade.
Well, that's the thing. Controversy.
So hold on a second. So Technicals has subs to piss out, and those 5 obviously don't. So what's the own here? Technicals can piss 100 subs, by taking out 5 creators, and it doesn't do a damn thing to him. Everybody else has to play it safe and suck each other's cocks.
I don't know.
What's the own here? I'd like to know.
I don't know, man. See, that with controversy, that's how it always is, though, right? You always gain and lose. I mean, sometimes significantly more. And it seems like I said, it's almost like a non-factor, right? Once you lost the subs, gain them back, and then you're going to gain more probably after that. So, exactly, there is no loss really there. Aura's here. What's up, Aura?
What's going on,
baby girl?
I'm dying. I'm dying.
Yeah, Tech went to go get some food, and then once he gets back, I'm trying to find I can't find the streams. John Swan stream. I guess he put it unlisted, so I'm trying to get the fucking.
He does. He takes it down and then he'll re-upload them to his second channel. Just use technical.
Yeah, this I'm gonna have to for now until we get the link to the original one. So it's gonna be a little bit redundant because Tech is here. So let's just go ahead and
it's gonna be so weird. Tech is watching Tech's video streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
John
that's what I'm saying.
Watching Tech's video in real
I figured,
time.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I figured it would be better just to watch John.
Why did Augie just delete a tweet?
I don't know.
He deleted this tweet. What is he doing? Augie, you should know. I'm your biggest fan. That's why I
Oh,
watch
let's
go
everything
ahead
you
and share
do, and
this
I
shit.
archive everything you do. I'm sorry, Augie.
I'm sorry.
All right, so I think
I'm doing this because I love you, Augie.
all right, so I think we're past here.
Thank you
Is around here. Hold
Coping on Twitter.
All right, here we go. So
He
let's go
deleted
back.
this tweet. I'll show it to you.
Yeah, you got to get to the part where John Swan starts his stream. That's where the whole thing like takes off. Like you'll see it.
Yeah,
Keep
so
going.
we'll go a little bit. Yeah,
Keep
we'll go a
going.
little bit more here. We'll get started on this shit. There we go.
Just saying, I'm more entertaining than
Here
John
we
Swan.
go.
That's just like a fact. That's not a. That's not a cope.
I
That's
thought
not
it
a
was
cope.
technical. You see, you know how this confusing this shit is gonna be.
All right,
I thought
Yeah,
that was-
exactly. Because we're not gonna know when Tech is talking and shit.
All right, shut the fuck up, John Swan. Jacob Bewley, thank you for the $10. Tech, I gotta say, it's amazing how this video blew up and caused so much drama because you pointed out how people have double standards and some refuse to admit it.
It's like
Can't wait for the
Inception
next
shit.
video, my dude. Same, dude. Me too. It's gonna be fun. All right, you can go ahead and talk, John Swan.
For a while, and we're finally here, and I'm very, very excited to serve you all a technicals response. So, for those who are new here, right? What's this all about? Oh yeah, by the way,
Supercats.
just before I forget, hello to Technicals chat. I know Technicals is dual streaming this, so
All right,
that's why.
go ahead and shut the fuck up, John Swan. Electrician, thank you for the $10. In his video on the franchise, John Swan stated that he never made argument that you wanted Zero unbanned. Then he proceeded to come to the conclusion that you wanted Zero to be unbanned. Yeah, this dude's a fucking dumbass. I used to think he was smart until he came after me, and I was like, these arguments are fucking terrible. Imagine if Susie Liu actually understood how to respond when John Swan was lying about there being a lawsuit. I mean, I actually have a lawsuit. I got that off the ground.
Boom.
John Swan never did that.
What's happening here?
Mhm.
So a while ago now, it was actually a long while ago. Technicals dropped a video called "What Really Happened to Zero," where he's trying to basically essentially welcome back
Hi, John Swan's chat. Hi.
YouTuber
Everyone's saying hi
and
in
streamer
chat.
back into the community. So this streamer had been accused of sending sexual messages and soliciting nude images from a 14-year-old when he was 19.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, for people that don't already know, that's never been proven because it's never been shown in the messages. Also, it's interesting, right? They always say that it was sexual messages, yet none of them are overtly sexual. Not a single one. And not by the definition of sexting either. Because, definition of sexting, the action or practice of sending sexually explicit photographs or messages via mobile phone.
Except when they're on social media and public consumption.
Apparently. That's so stupid. Then there's another one, right? The Merriam-Webster definition, right? The sending of sexually explicit messages or images by cell phone. Again, none of which happened. Even if you apply that to a computer, that none of those messages are overtly sexual. Not a single one.
Well, they don't meet the definition. You know what I mean?
They don't meet the definition of sexting. So people calling it sexting is just objectively wrong.
Yeah, that's subjective. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't meet the definition. Like, if you personally think they're sexual, then that's what your opinion is. But definitively speaking, no, that doesn't meet the definition.
They are not. They don't meet the definition of it. Now, if you want to say that they are suggestive, you could probably make that argument. There's an argument to be made that maybe some of them are suggestive, and that's fine. But again, sexually explicit, nope, not at all.
The person in question, Zero, walked that allegation back later on, stating that his confession to that was actually a suicide note and that he was sabotaging himself.
Yeah, John Swan, the expert on suicide, everybody.
You can watch my video about why that doesn't make sense.
Here's how
basically what happened.
Suicide in a logical
I
action
watched this video,
logically doesn't make sense.
Before all of this, I had actually worked with Technicals on
the person that wanted to commit suicide didn't make a logical response before logging off and then attempting to kill himself 3 months later. Here's the syntax.
We've joked
error.
about that ad nauseum, right? It's like, he actually offed himself. He was an honest guy. That pie man. Gotta give him that.
Yeah.
Within the suicide note.
What's
You see
up,
that?
Devin? How you doing?
You see,
Welcome
if
to
I
the
was
chat.
suicidal, I wouldn't write like that. Gets
Sam,
out his
what's-
red pen.
what-
He's
which
like,
one
here's
is
the
your-
illogical
which one is your
fallacies
Twitter,
of this
Nog?
suicide note. What?
I had so much fun working on that intro. So I decided, he's approaching me on intro for another video. Let me just do on that. Let me do that as well. So I did the title card for this.
Nigga, you edited 2
And then when it
intros.
came
Move
out,
on. Who
I
cares?
watched it, and I found it really hard to agree with not only many points, but with like the general consensus of the video. I thought that it was very sloppy. I thought that there were many things wrong with it, frankly. And I watched it and I was kind of in shock because I'd always expected really good work from Technicals. Like I'd watched some of his other content before.
That's all it
But
took.
even though I knew nothing about the
That's
Smash
all it
community,
took.
the things that he was talking about didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, he's accusing Zero of
So
basically
I kind of went
suicide
back
baiting
and
for
forth on it
sympathy.
about whether I should even say.
That's why I
anything
brought
about
up the
it.
Pie Man thing.
Because it
'cause I
seemed
was
to me like the overwhelming
what?
majority
Again?
was that Zero, the guy being talked about, should be welcomed back into sort of the YouTube community and should be allowed to create content again. And I wasn't really comfortable with that, and I expressed that.
Wasn't comfortable with it. No.
He's not a good person. In fact, he is most likely. You will get branded. It doesn't matter if we children sit in your like. How did you this intimate green? Why can this have to?
Needs to be taken off of YouTube.
Here we
Needs
go.
to be put in jail.
And I said to her, no, he shouldn't, because he hasn't committed a crime or he hasn't been charged with a crime. Whenever you are charged with a crime,
Oh
you
yeah,
shall get
this is
evidence.
something
Zero should
interesting
not
about
be
this here.
allowed back in any online setting where you would have the ability to interact with minors on a daily basis. This is pretty standard in nearly every other.
Just pointing that out. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant to what he's saying right now. I'm just pointing that
I
out.
was kind of impressed that people were willing to accept another perspective.
I'm just
So-
pointing that out. That
pretty
has
impressed by
nothing to
that.
do with what he's saying right now. I'm pretty sure he's like a moral,
However,
arbiter. But
after this video came out,
if you are charged with
Technicals
crime,
takes 2 months off essentially, and then he drops this video.
What's
A
up,
banger.
Jessica? Fox?
Commentary
Call the
double
Pelican.
standard. Now,
JD.
this
Join the
video
live stream
addresses a
too
lot
while
of
you're at it,
other
nigga.
Stuff that isn't
Become
related
a
to
member.
me. I'm not going to go over that.
now you should
I'm
become
only
a
gonna be
member
addressing
now.
points. I'm not going to be defending people on their
Holy
behalf.
hell.
Yeah, you better
There's
not.
no point of me doing that, especially when the situations they're talking
Let it
about,
sit. Let it
I'm not
ride,
particularly
nigga.
well versed in, so I
You ain't
don't
well
have a
versed
stake
in it.
so I'm not really going to talk about
Nigga.
it. I'm just going to talk about the section that was involving me.
Join now,
because
John.
it
Join
is
now.
One of the weaker
Join.
sections of the video, and the guy pretty much
Join.
refuses to engage with any points that I put out. The section responding to me was 15 minutes, and my video is an hour.
It's called paraphrasing. Like, does this nigga not know how to condense? I'm not Nicholas Diorio. What?
He was expecting
And, like,
another
A
hour.
lot of that, like I was able to engage with a lot of
rebuttal.
stuff, and we're going to go over that today. That's essentially what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through the entire bit that
His
that he
video
said
wasn't
about
double
me,
my
and I'm
size.
going to go through and respond
My
to it.
video was 57 minutes,
and
and he didn't respond to every part
Let's
of
see we
it.
go from there.
Therefore,
So,
90%
ladies
of
and
the
gentlemen,
context is
Why don't we
missing.
get started?
Oh
here?
god,
wait,
this is
you
so
don't like-
weird. I don't even know who's talking. Is Technicals
No,
talking
no,
right now?
Technicals-
or-
No,
he's
that's
still
him in the
awake. He's
video.
still
This is
getting
like
food.
two
He's
Technicals
still
at
getting
once.
food.
This is so bad.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what John couldn't have taken his fucking video down. God damn it! Like,
Well, this is the thing. I need the original link
well,
because
I
I
wasn't
need the
talking.
link.
I wasn't. See, that's
Right,
another
right.
reason why it's confusing. I wasn't talking about you. I meant John Swan. Just like fucking.
Yeah.
You see what?
This is so
See?
fucking confusing. All right.
It's so fucking yeah. John Swan, he unlisted this video and then he's gonna re-upload it, I guess, on his second channel. But the
He'll
thing is, I
condense
need,
it. He'll condense it.
So no,
I
it's
just-
fucked up. It's fucked up because every time Technicals is like, "Shut the fuck up, John," I think Technicals came back and he's talking to you.
it's
So
like,
I'm just but I'll be right back. I forgot to take my medicine. I'll be right back.
Technicals
go,
going
go,
up
go.
against 3 people again on Twitter. Just FYI.
It's
he's
not
having
even
fun
like
with it.
3 people. It's like probably like 10.
Oh wait, that's not the actual tipster that we're watching.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
yeah, it's whatever. They need to do that, or else
Spanish Tomo.
it'll look like
There
they're
you go.
losing too much. So they have to like, guys, we all have to do this at the same time.
There needs to- this is the real Technicals talking now, by the way, chat, not the video. In case anybody gets confused, but those are unfair. Those are unfair odds for them. Apparently, you going at them like that, so it's funny. All
It's very
Like the,
unfair.
right, let me start the video back up.
I
said,
understand
so we can
seeing
get
the
this
title and the
link.
thumbnail. Probably like first glance, you're probably like, that seems a bit weird. This is a parody of this video that's now unlisted. I was Creepshow Arts editor.
Nigga, you don't need to
So I'm
explain
taking
the
the
joke.
notes
This
out now,
isn't some
so,
fucking next
Guys, I just
level
want you to
IQ
know,
shit.
Did I mimic
That's
the
funny.
thumbnail?
We get it.
Because I think I did a pretty good job. But let me know. Like, could this have been better?
Do I hit up a live
No,
stream to
this is
600
already-
people to
Who
explain a
cares?
shitty
It was
joke?
kind of,
Come on now.
a little bit. What's the word?
It's like he never writes
Uh,
jokes, so he's like, "Ah, this was a little
weird.
bit quirky. This
That's
was
not the
something
word
that
I'm
I
looking
did
for.
that I
I'm at
thought was
1,000
incredibly
viewers.
quirky."
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
let's
god.
go.
Over dramatic.
What's up, guys?
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh,
But,
it's Okay, you'll get there.
Yeah, I thought it
You'll
was
get there
everyone,
one day,
so
John
I'm
Swan.
happy.
This is so weird.
You'll get there one day. Wait,
It's
where
so
is
weird
it?
because
On
you're
the-
here.
To the actual topic.
Hold
I just
on.
thought you guys
In
might
real
be seeing
time.
that. What on earth is
Where
he
did
on
it
about
go?
those
Where did it
shots?
go?
What
It
a
disappeared.
strange- I was technically that. Sorry. What a strange.
I'm trying to show off his subs, dude.
Okay.
You'll get there one day,
Let's
John.
get started, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready to get forward with the video?
You'll get there
Are we
one day.
ready? 'Cause I'm
Join
ready.
his channel.
I'm
Don't
very
do
ready.
it. Don't do it, Tech.
Finally, fuck.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start off with.
John looks really uncomfortable for the record.
Yeah, he's not used to like.
Let's make sure this
Not
is an
winning.
acceptable resolution.
It's funny. It's like he knew. Obviously, knew you were watching. At no point in time he ever addressed you either, right? Or did he do
no.
it later on in the stream? No.
No.
Like knowing that you're there, yeah. Like check
Well,
on your stream and shit to see.
I tried to get him to fist bump me, but he wouldn't fist bump me in real time. I was like,
Lol.
oh, okay.
That's fucked. That's fucked.
Oh
So that's,
god.
that's the real technicals is back. That's
Yeah, this is
the
real technicals.
I mean,
back.
John
Behind the
Swan
pause.
literally said that he wouldn't go on a debate with me. So it's not like I could have live debated him. I just was like, all right, let's see how he's gonna lie like in real time. And I was not disappointed.
Do you expect Nick Diorio to debate you at any point in time,
No,
or
no,
you don't
no,
I
see-
don't
Nick
think
is
he
a-
wants
Nick
to
is a
risk it.
pussy.
I don't think
Nick
he
is a
wants to
pussy.
risk it anymore.
He's like, oh,
Okay.
dude, the Zaptai thing. This is like, this is my baby. This is my baby content. I can't. He doesn't want to give it any more exposure than it has to have because he realizes there's holes.
Has anyone asked you to debate them over this video yet? by
Edwin,
chance?
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
Edwin.
just Edgar's degradations.
Edward-
That guy's a
It,
dumbass.
it doesn't make sense though, right? Why
He was
would
on
you
Bo Black's
downgrade?
live stream saying I didn't know the law, and then said that if you
Dude,
don't,
he
get
got owned
charged
by
for
like
talk-
what was it? The franchise?
the franchise. Yeah, he got owned by the franchise on
He got
Twitter. and
owned
he-
by like less than a 10K channel, and Edwin was usually like, "Oh, these channels are below me."
Why?
you know?
Why would I downgrade myself and then fucking like debate someone who's like
like
clearly
here's
not
the
as
thing.
smart?
It's not even like being an asshole though, because I know Edwin thinks the same way too, so he should understand this shit.
Who
right?
was it? There was Aura. There was a girl. That one girl that was just like aware.
Stardust.
Yeah. What was
Oh,
it
that
she
dumbass.
said?
Oh,
What
she
Just
was
the
made
it?
so
topless
many-
photo, topless.
Yeah. That entire stream was just filled with them hate watching, and then they would like do their initial point where they're
Wait.
completely misrepresenting it, and then come back and like kind of agree with it.
Wait,
That's
wait,
what
hold
they were.
on, hold on. I got something new to add to the copium, by the way, and this was retweeted by Nick, so I know it's about you, Tech.
Let's
And this
go.
is by the legendary Harley TBS, you know, the 17-year-old from
Oh
England
my god.
who's covering serious allegations because he can totally do that. I hate when a YouTuber is so blatantly wrong, but have a larger fan base than the person they're arguing against, so they win the debate by brute force. Cringe as fuck.
I'm
That's not true at
arguing
all.
against like John Swan has
Yeah.
166k subs. All of their subs put together, their fan base is way bigger than mine, and
Yeah.
I'm still winning.
That's sad.
the
That's
I'm the
pathetic.
underdog
What is
here.
this cope, dude?
Yeah,
All right,
that-
I like.
That's such a
like,
cope. What the fuck,
Are you fucking kidding me?
dude? The only way you
Harley,
could
bro,
possibly
I don't know about that.
Technicals.
Take.
I mean, I would understand that argument if Tech was like a million sub channel, but like he's not.
I'm not even 100k.
So what's
The thing is,
the?
that's not true at all because we've
This
seen
is
with
so
plenty of other
sad.
instances where people have fucked themselves and they've been larger channels.
like,
Here's
Oh,
here's
fuck.
Harley's second cope, right? Why is Tech saying Augie sucks for making a document for his response, laughing my ass off? Who fucking cares? Haha. I
Well,
value a response that has work put into it over a live reaction with no
Because his
pre-planning.
response bounced around my entire video
No, no,
and
no,
didn't
no.
actually play the segments of my arguments, so he just
This is
mischaracterized
this
it.
yeah, this is the sad part too.
Well,
Augie went into the first debate without any prep. That's why he lost. Second, Augie's fucking whole shtick is live reactions with no pre-planning. So
Well,
what the fuck is
I-
this argument?
Yeah,
I think-
he says at the beginning of his live that my entire video wasn't really good and had like no good points, and then he proceeds to not deconstruct my video live. It's
Well, I
like,
was gonna say, yeah, everyone
Yeah.
has been doing that. Everyone keeps saying that, like, oh, you left out nuance. I don't know what the nuance you left out is because they don't tell me.
yeah, fill me
they're
in,
like-
fill me in on this important nuance. They're like, oh,
Yep.
dude, he focused in on the age gaps. What?
Well, even so, I'm like, even with the nuance added, how does it dismiss your points? No one has dismissed any
because
of your
Mini
points.
Lad wasn't as remorseful, so that's why he's a pedophile, and Zaptai isn't. Oh, okay, I get it. So it's about
But-
how much remorse there is. All right, got
But
it.
what about Kiwis?
Yeah.
No, you see, Kiwi's
was
victim blamed, so that's why it doesn't matter if she lied that she's 16. See, that's the nuance.
That's the
They
nuance.
isn't this like
dumbest
them
shit.
going from legality to morality and flip floppy again? Like
Yeah.
every fucking.
Well, I do
time.
that all the time, so this is like my fucking Friday afternoon. But they're trying to do it, and they can't even remain fucking consistent for more than 30 minutes.
And Technicals just said no one deconstructs anything. Everyone just keeps saying this is a really, really bad video. It's so bad I can't fucking counter any of these points. And it's like minute nuance that like fucking is on my side right now, which makes me right. And it doesn't make any sense, dude. I'm like, there's no way you're gonna tell me that this explains everything away. And nobody has acknowledged, the zap tie shit. Nobody's acknowledged it. No one has like said like, what he did was pretty fucked up. But like
in his live, didn't even say Zaptai's age when trying to say I left out important context. He talked about the Zaptai situation, just said he was lied to, but never said the ages at any point. You can go to his comment section on where he responded to me.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is, like, you don't even have to condemn Zaptai, condemn his actions. Like that's like like you did with Zero. Like that's the thing. I don't know why no one doesn't do it.
I was watching that Augie stream, and he was very, very nice to Zaptai. He gave him criticism, of course he had to, but he was very nice. He wasn't angry. He was just like, well, if I have to give him criticism, I would say that you were wrong for continuing on when she first lied to you. You should have ended it there. And that's like the harshest he's been. I was like, oh man, Augie, you're really harsh on Zaptai
really
now.
going in on him. Really keeping it consistent.
I know.
Notice how he was willing to sit there and not say anything for like 6 minutes and playing clips about Zero, but can't even play like a 2-minute part of my argument. He goes and like nitpicks some sketches to say that like I'm like insinuating he's a pedophile or something. Like I'm moralizing. I don't know.
How is that different than what like Nick and Stardust were doing to you when they put like that little emoji of you saying I'm good with kids and a Christian pastor? They literally did the same thing.
They were character attacking me for months, and now they're like, "Oh, dude, I can't believe Tech would ever stoop this low." It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You pretending like you don't do this kind of shit. Like you need to shut the fuck up and just respond.
Like if a skit of a guy in a bear costume is going to change your mind and make you think Zaptai's a pedophile, then like you're weak.
Here's the thing. Even if you guys are two peas in a pod, you guys are the same when it comes to this shit. I think they're just mad that you do it better. Right?
Yeah.
That's what they're really mad about. Can we be honest here?
Every single live stream I've watched, they cannot with a straight face tell me that this video isn't funny because I'm more entertaining than like.
No, you are. That's the fucked up part. I was watching this. I'm like, damn, this is fucking oh fuck, poor Zaptai, but this is fucking funny and entertaining.
You actually watched all of it. No, you actually watched all of it.
Yeah,
Sam.
I was like, dude, I'm thoroughly entertained by this.
Because they forgot. There's two elements to being a commentator, and they forgot the most important one. There's covering important issues and topics, and then there's being fucking entertaining.
Yes.
Like. What you're an entertainer, dance monkey. What are you doing?
That's what I was saying about the video and why I thought it was good, because it was more palatable because of the skits and stuff like that. Because it's not just long and drawn out. You're not droning on about anything. And the skits, they actually help. At least to me, they kind of underscore the point better, and it did in a humorous way, in a fun way. The people can't be like, all right, you know what, this is fun. You know what I mean? People
I got some pretty high praise. Even Chris Raygun commented that he liked the Shrek and Mickey. The Shrek and Mickey seemed like everyone's favorite.
Bro,
I thought back. I was like, I hope that Shrek did go fuck up that Mickey.
He's like, yeah, I saw when he pointed to me. He's like, that Mickey over there. That's exactly.
Oh, so he's a pedophile,
bro. When I watched that, I told my wife, I was like, oh man, he's probably gonna tell. He's like, yo, Donkey, let's go fuck that dude up.
Go fuck that dude up.
The shot where it pans to Donkey just kind of standing there like,
what's up, you that guy? Yo, let's go, Shrek.
Who the fuck was the guy who was telling you that your shoes were clean? He's like,
that was some homeless dude that I was begging for change. I gave him $10 for an interview, and we talked for 17 minutes. He didn't answer a single question. But he did start talking about polishing shoes in like the military, so I got him talking about my Yeezys.
Just like Tommy C.
They're clean.
The 5, Zan, this is for you, Sen. He says, Sen, I watched. He or she, I don't know. Sen, I watched your video. Give me a cookie.
You can get that after the stream, and the video I dropped, which I'm posting in your chat, by the way, John. I'm just shilling over here. Is is answering the question of like what this nuance question of it's like, you're stripping away the nuance technicals.
When I
And I'm
saw,
like,
it's
I'm like,
important
yeah.
nuance.
I'm like, yes, because you did it first, right? So he's showing you.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's literally just the most basic form of the arguments, breaking it down to its most basic components, and then comparing those components and showing that there's an incongruency. It doesn't matter, like what the fuck their mental state was, like 24 hours before it happened. That's not relevant at all. You're breaking down the basic components. If you're going to call this person a pedophile, what would constitute pedophilia? Being attracted to prepubescent children.
Exactly.
Right?
So if you're just black and whiting it, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
so
okay, so Mini Lad, Red Kiwi, Zaptai, and I get Zero. Oh, what happened? Oh, they all talk to minors, and that's the problem, right? Okay, so then there you go. Black and white.
They're like, oh, but this guy had remorse and like all this. Okay, a pedophile.
But you're not putting nuance in. Yeah, you're not putting nuance. That's the point.
They're the ones removing nuance from their accusations.
Well, no, you know what's interesting is what I see, like with the Zaptai, right? Why is it that for that situation they want to add the nuance of they didn't know and all that stuff, right?
Because they're his best friend.
Well, that's what I mean. You know what would be good if they just said, hey, look, you know what? All right, Tech brings up a good point. We did kind of eat shit. It is a little hypocritical. We gave him a pass.
They're too egotistical to do that after all the months of them stuck in their own cocks.
That's the biggest problem, I think. If they were just honest about it, like, all right, you know what? Real talk, we gave this dude a pass because we're friendly with him.
That's why John Swan was in sub-only mode and then cut his live stream without actually responding to the last point.
Well, it's not a mini raid on Augie's where it was like L plus ratio, L plus ratio, L plus ratio.
Yeah. I mean, they said they were going to bury me. They said this wasn't going to be shit. So, I mean, that's kind of their fault. So.
And you lost 100 subs, man. That was such a burial.
I gained it immediately back.
Yeah, that was the burial, dude.
That was my amount of crossover.
Yeah.
Demon King Drago for 5. This is for you, Tech. He said, Tech, I don't know if you read my comment, but genuinely think you should walk away at this point. You do way more important work than deal with these petty pricks, I guess, is what he was going to say.
No, but like, you got to remember, I've been dealing with these dickheads on my fucking shit for months. I'm trying to sit here and enjoy the Jake Paul event I'm flying out to. They're on my dick. I'm trying to enjoy Thanksgiving. They're on my dick. I'm trying to enjoy Christmas with my family. They're on my dick. I'm trying to work on this video. They're on my dick about releasing the video. So, like, you know, I'm going to get my fucking licks in, and then I'm going to go do
but, like, you don't understand. The reason they were doing that, according to Mr. Edwin Costa, is because he likes dunking on you.
Edwin's a fucking idiot.
I like dunking on technical.
Dude, he's a pussy. I didn't have to do shit. I didn't even have to post anything. The franchise just posted one clip, and then he started coping because he sounded like a fucking dumbass.
Like, no disrespect to the franchise, but franchise is like less than a 10K channel, and Homeboy is like, what, 300K?
Yeah,
and he lost the fucking franchise. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
He did the work for me.
Yeah, you lose to it. Yeah, whatever. I'm just
like maybe he shouldn't be jerking himself off about his opinions in live streams like no one's gonna see it.
Yeah.
Kinsey K for 5. Thank you. Throwing a 5 for culture. Keep up the good work, everyone. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's just for real. If they would just get past the egos and stuff and just admit to what they did, that'd be fine. I mean, like I said, look, there's more integrity in that than trying to be like, because this,
your voice is sounding a little robotic.
You know what the saddest bullshit I saw, John, is, right? I saw fucking Tommy C. I don't know if this was a meme, but I saw Tommy C saying, what was it? Augie and Nick and Nicholas Diorio deserve to defend themselves.
Oh yeah, you upload that video where it's like listen to their defenses today.
Yeah.
Wait, why is it like the big bad tough guy suddenly need to go on defense? That's something I never thought I'd see, to be honest. You know?
I think if you're an internet tough guy, you shouldn't fucking cry about every time you get put into a video and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, if you can fucking like really dish shit out and fucking punch down whenever you feel like it and shit like that, and then somebody puts you in a video and you're like, I don't even know why I was included. I think this is unfairly clipped. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
He called me an egomaniac days before the video came out. He grouped me in with Nicholas Diorio, called me an egomaniac.
Yeah, I don't know why I was grouped in though. Like, I'm like, dude,
I was so nice to you. I called your video shit. I defended Zaptai, dude. I don't understand.
Dude,
like, I don't understand. Where's the nuance? Where's the nuance?
Is it weird to you that everyone is saying like, oh, well, you were in like, oh, you were a part of their group and you never complained before? I'm like, dude, like you hung out with him and his brother and you guys never complained before.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm not making those arguments because that's stupid. They're like pulling up tweets when we were friends and they're like, look, dude, he's not our friend anymore.
I literally
we started attacking him.
Yeah,
dude, fuck?
I told them you guys did the same shit. You did it first. What
That's
the
so
fuck are you
dumb.
talking about?
Louis, I
did
don't
you
know
see-
if you're being serious. I don't know if Louis is serious, but like, you should give it to technical.
That's funny. Yeah, this is from Louis Calorie. So technicals, can I give you all my evidence and you make a video for me? Thanks.
I mean, it depends. I'm careful with what cases I take, obviously.
Yeah.
That's something we can talk
Uh,
about later, you know. But
If he's being legit.
Yeah,
Really
but like
fucking-
it's so dumb. It's like I'm not fucking I don't unironically use the clip of them calling me a savior and saying that they couldn't make the video without me. Like I'll bring it up because it's funny, but I won't use it as an argument like, dude, look at what they were saying about me. We were friends. We were chatting it up in the DMs. It's like, no, obviously it's not like super relevant. It just shows that they because they started attacking me. They agreed to disagree and then they started attacking me. But I don't really
No.
like we're
that's
not
the
best
thing.
friends, but it's just weird.
They should have been
like-
just left at that, you know.
Well,
None of this would have happened.
I'll
Oh,
use
and
Tommy
then
for
there's people like fucking Tipster. I watched his live stream. He kept saying shit like, "Oh, dude, they weren't friends, but Technicals was friendly with Zaptai, and then he stabbed him in the back." I never have talked to Zaptai in my fucking life, except for after the Keemstar debate.
Yeah, just like Edwin, right? Edwin was under the impression he was calling you his homie, right? He was
I had
calling you
never
homie
talked to
technicals.
I had never talked to Edgar's degradations before.
And then
all this
Edwin
shit went
was
down.
then Edwin was telling me, "Oh yes, the DM I sent is a game changer." And then you leak the DM, and he's just like, "Hey, do you want to go on my live stream?"
Yeah, it's just him begging me to go on his
Such a
live stream
fucking
like
game
everyone
changer,
else.
dude. He lied to me. Edwin lied to me. What the fuck?
Everybody in chat, just notice that Edgar lied.
Edgar Locke.
Roll the tape back. Roll the video back.
Oh shit, we need to find that. Zombie Fox says, saw that thing with Ludwig, didn't know he was a supporter of Jisoo before. Glad to see the CC support Jisoo without knowing they are. I don't know what he's referring to specifically.
Oh yeah, Augie brought that up in his live stream, and he didn't point out how you would think his stance did change. All he did was point out, well, you can't prove exactly that that's still his stance, even though he never clarified after being directly involved in spreading the allegations. Jisoo told him not to talk about the Sky video when it came out, and he still hasn't said anything about it. And then he makes a joke about me defending rapists when my last two people I defended was Zero and Sky. So like I'm the one making Sky look bad. You're retweeting this guy that is referring to them as rapists in a passing joke.
Oh my god.
You're so fucking dumb.
Yo, Augie, RFC stays winning. Am I right?
This
You're
guy's such an idiot.
but-
It took him 2 days to still put together a shitty document. I was like, oh my god, this document's ass. He doubled down
he
on
made
the fact.
that?
Yeah, he made
Oh
that.
Jesus!
He doubled down on the fact that he thinks I defended Red Kiwis and Mini Lad. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a shit live stream.
That's
the
what they
second I heard
have
that.
to do, though. Like, you need to frame it like that to give yourself a leg to stand on. I mean, I understand why they did that. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
look at
it's
this,
just
look at
generally-
this,
Oh yeah,
guys.
if I was
They're
a
defending
dishonest commentator, I'd
pedophile.
totally do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I like when I saw Augie do that, I'm like, yes, that is exactly what. I
But do you
expected
need
to
the
do.
problem is now that they have to strip away what's the difference between Zaptai and them, and the nuance doesn't fucking matter. Because like in the Red Kiwis video, Nick and Zaptai ironically say that even if you're lied to about an age, it doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
that principle needs to be
Did
upheld,
he
right?
address that? I didn't.
Mhm.
I didn't stay there long enough to see.
No one addressed any of that.
Yeah,
Everyone
not
is
the
like,
actual
no-
points.
stupid. That's dumb
Yeah.
because, like, what I saw in the video with Technicals, right? It's a lot of things that he was doing is using their own words against them. And this wasn't even a 10 years ago. This was like kind of recent, right? With the Nick
Mhm.
shit, Nick saying what he was saying, Augie saying what he was saying. They were all recently saying this. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, what the fuck, guys?
And they're standing behind it right now. It's like
That's bad. They shouldn't.
Augie spent his entire stream just going over the allegations I referenced and not mentioning these. Like he said at the beginning that my point was that all of these cases are the exact same and you should have the exact same stance.
What?
Obviously, that's not true. That's just him fucking saying that. So his argument like looks better without playing my actual arguments, I guess. And then
Oh.
fucking yeah, and then he goes over every single like video and like allegation to get the nuance and the context without pointing out that I took pieces from those to apply their reasoning for other cases and how they cover people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like,
Oh,
I don't know.
Jesus.
I think that's one of the biggest things that no one's really addressing. And they're like, oh, well, there's nuance that needs to be added and shit. And people aren't sorry enough. And I'm just like, dude, Fuck off with that shit, dude. Because I don't know. How the fuck am I supposed to know who the fuck is sorry or not?
Yeah, Zaptai was remorseful. So in this case, it wouldn't be considered being attracted to a prepubescent child. I'm not saying that he was attracted to a prepubescent child. I'm pretty sure like 13, 14 is the cutoff for like puberty with women. I looked into it. So like below that would be more around that. But what I am saying is that
yeah, that's the problem though, because they wouldn't apply that to Zero though, right?
Yeah, no, they wouldn't. They don't care.
So if you follow like match the same energy kind of thing, it's like, well, you know, zap time, man.
Yeah,
so we gotta have a talk.
So like both of the girls are 14, right? And like they love to talk about this ice cube in the pussy thing, which doesn't actually exist as a screenshot. Yeah. But Zaptai, arguably, he admittedly he didn't know that she was 14, but was saying he wanted to fuck her, fly out and fuck a 14-year-old because he didn't confirm the age, and then getting pictures of her talking about how he wants to throw off her bra, and like I'd imagine he might have fornicated to the images, like just the way.
You know what Augie said? He actually addressed one of the things. Okay, so this one was the funny thing. It was about which Ed message was it? It was about the you're worth going to jail for one, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, okay, this sounds kind of bad. Now I don't know the context of this, and it's like, dude,
you gotta read all of them. Are you kidding me? Like,
we talked about it earlier. We were saying,
said,
like,
what the fuck? You don't know the context of someone saying, oh, you're worth going to jail for, while they're flirting in a flirting fucking manner. Like, this is obviously flirting, right?
You gotta be kidding me. Like, fucking
that's
whatever,
like, that was like the biggest downplay I've ever seen. I'm like,
there's also an entirely different screenshot where she says, where he says, all you're a tease, and she says, trust me, I'll be worth the wait, and he says, I have no doubt about that. Where's the joke?
Dude, okay, all right.
Where's
so
the joke
if they're
there?
gonna take if they're gonna take the fucking Jason at the River Styx thing and be like, this is 100% proof that there's ice cubes in the pussy, because this is, you know, and like no one even knows what the fuck that is. It has to be explained by people.
It's
and
Percy Jackson fucking reference.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's Jason from fucking Percy Jackson with the River Styx, and people don't even catch on to that shit.
Well, but like.
Like fucking but the messages saying you're worth going to jail for that, there's context there that we just don't understand. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
So I want to play a game. What's worse, you're worth going to jail for, or let me rub your tummy?
Well, worth going to jail for means you're probably acknowledging you know it's wrong and illegal. So I don't fucking know.
Look, objectively speaking, look, the messages between Zaptai and that girl are worse, because if again we talked about this earlier, the literal definition of sexting, right? The action or practice of sending explicit photographs or messages via mobile phone. Merriam-Webster, the sending of sexually explicit messages or images by cell phone. There's none of that in those Zero messages. Now, there's messages that you could argue are suggestive.
Yeah, suggestive or implicatory. Like you can implicate things.
Or exactly, but you don't know the full context of those messages either. You know what I mean?
You know, you ever have that feeling where like you don't want to tell the truth because if you're like really objective and you tell the truth, then it comes off like you're defending one party. Like, I'm not trying to defend Zero. I'm just being honest here, and it's like
you don't have to defend Zero.
Yeah, I know, but like I know tards will take it as such. That's the thing. That's why, or people that are just desperate, like the whole
all right.
Red Kiwis and Mini Lad. You're being defended by technicals.
Yeah, no. Let me do the thing for you real quick. All right, disclaimer: none of us think what Zero did was appropriate or right to do. No. All right.
I'm just being honest here.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. There you go. Disclaimer. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Saying he wants to rip the bra off and just go to town there pretty much, and it's like,
fuck me. I can't wait to. Are you kidding me?
I can't wait and fuck me. Yeah. Well,
you're worth going to jail for. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff.
Dude, those are all like direct.
But Augie be like, oh, I don't know the context of this, but it looks bad. Like,
I need to see more of this. He sees a bunch of messages of him talking about wanting to fuck her. I'm gonna need to see a little bit more. I might need to see an asshole or something. I don't know.
No, dude. Like this is like I'm slightly
some of the child porn. I don't know, dude. I need a little bit more context.
I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed. I'm like, dude, the way to handle that, like, these messages are not okay. I don't stand by these. This was wrong for him to say. But I think he has, like, same thing Technicals did with Zero. It's the same fucking thing.
And they have no self-awareness when they're doing it too, which is a crazy thing.
I'm like, dude, literally, like, I don't stand by what fucking Big B did here. This is in his past, you know, he hasn't reoccurred this stuff. I'm willing to fucking forgive him. Like, but these are fucking disgusting, and I don't stand by these. There you go. That's how you handle that.
Appropriate. Just say, hey, they're grossly inappropriate. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
at
it's
the
just
very
weird
least.
because they usually have stances where it's like, oh, one and done. You're not a redeemable human being. You're a bad person. And then for Zaptai, they totally switch that up. But me, I after even starting these cases, I've realized what these labels do to people and like what they have to deal
Yep.
with because of people like Augie that want to just label people a pedophile.
Yeah.
It fucks with them, and like I don't like it. I don't like how they cover shit.
That's one of the things whenever we've talked about stuff like that, using especially words like that, right? People don't realize if you're wrong, you could be putting somebody in danger and you don't even know it. Like, especially if there's somebody that's got a high profile. I have a very big problem with that, especially if you don't know that for a fact. So I've never
Yeah.
called anybody that ever.
John, you're lagging. You got to fix your
Yeah.
internet.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, let me fix it now.
Sake.
I
There you
got
go.
something right in the background. Let me close this.
You're
My
good,
bad.
you're good, you're good.
No, I've never called anybody that ever because again, a label like that can have some real world implications for somebody.
Yeah, I
You
could
know
get
what I
them
mean?
killed.
It could get them killed. It could get their ass beat. You
Their
know, somewhere.
jobs taken away.
Them lose their job. Exactly.
Well, look at
People
what
harass
happened to
their
Sky
jobs.
Williams. Look at what happened to Sky Williams. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I
like-
mean. It could fuck somebody up. It's just like you got to be very careful with what you decide to label somebody.
But what
especially
if
public
what
spaces.
if you forget serious allegations after a week, John, because you're not terminally online?
Then you probably shouldn't cover them.
I literally
Like,
can't
fucking-
believe
Dude, if
Augie
you
said
cover
that
s-
with a straight
If
face.
you cover so many allegations that you can't even remember the ones that you covered, dude, you're just milking it for content at that point. You
Exactly.
don't fucking care.
You don't actually care. Exactly.
You
That
don't
shows
care.
you
It took him
actually care.
days to fucking remember shit he already did live streams on.
So let me get these real quick. Classic Tech making returns incriminate themselves. And Proud Degenerate says, I said it already, but congrats, Tech. Was worried you would rush your video, but you took your time and it was worth it. Masterpiece. Devin says, Tech, fantastic live. Sorry I missed watching it while live. I'll refrain from complete judgment on Zero until his suit and if it goes to court document is released.
I think that's the right way to handle it, Dev.
I know, yeah, it's like, why can't you guys reserve? I got this shit to court. Why can't you reserve your judgment for at least to see what the discovery phase looks like? They're like, nah, we have to jump the gun on this immediately for content.
because you
and
gotta
it's
look
like-
good. You gotta look like
Yeah.
the pedo beater here. You know
And
what
then
I
they're
mean?
all booting up live streams to talk about it. John Swan drops his video. I don't know who the fuck convinced John Swan to make a video about a cover up. Like,
Probably
God.
Augie.
I need to
We'll
hear
be
that
honest.
VC. They're like, oh yeah, dude, this is gonna be sick. John Swan, this is gonna be your moment, man. You're gonna come back, dude. You're not gonna
I
look
mean,
like a dumbass
to
at all.
be fair, like I can understand the logic behind it to an extent. Like, and John did get like a little bit of momentum for a while, but
No, he didn't. He's only gained back
Well,
1K
stagnate-
subs
I
out
mean,
of the 12K.
no,
lost.
okay. So it's not about like the subs he gave. It's more of like the reputation he was
Oh,
gaining
yeah,
back
over, like,
in
Twitter.
the community. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Because everyone was sucking him off.
So it was like a mini gain, if anything. You know,
A mini game? I've never heard
kind
of
of like you got, dude. Baby steps. All right, calm down.
that. Baby steps. It's a mini gain. Augie said he's a cool guy again. Like fucking.
Someone asked my opinion of Turkey Tom and Boblax in chat. Boblax is kind of a little bit of a like passive viewer, and I feel like he does like passively agree with shit just because he ends up in live streams with a lot of these guys, and he doesn't want to be like the playing devil's advocate guy all the time.
Yeah.
But we have talked in DMs a little bit. I have no problem with Boblax. Boblax is a nice dude. He was so fucking funny at VidCon. He was just high as shit.
He's funny in general. Dude. Did you see what he
Oh,
commented on the franchise's video? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like fucking. He's like, oh, my Bidoof got a crit. Like fucking.
Yeah.
So, Louis,
And,
Louis
As far as
asking you a
Turkey,
question.
I didn't finish the fucking Turkey Tom part.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So like
Yeah,
Turkey
just-
Tom, compared to all these guys, I like actually have respect for not only Turkey Tom's work ethic, but I think he makes interesting and good videos.
Talk to the guy. He's surprisingly humble from one of my interactions. I'm like, dude, you're actually a surprisingly likable person. You're not like the fucking asshole I thought
Yeah,
you'd be.
yeah. Around
Well-
like the 21st of December, I talked to him in DMs about this case, and he seemed to reasonably understand where I was coming from. And even after the debate, he could understand like that it wasn't all just like black and white. Like they might have to concede on a few points. And I was like, okay, well, Tom seems like he would reasonably understand where I'm coming from and like actually make a decent adjustment. But these other guys they're ego tripping so fucking hard that and another thing is like I didn't want Tom to get fucking harassed all over Twitter by making this super bad. That's why I added all those disclaimers and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he
Yeah.
has the fucking thingy, right?
Yeah,
He
because
has
that's
the-
part of his
the
like
tag,
identity.
yeah.
It's like at Zaptai.
See, one of the things like because I've seen a couple of Tom's videos, but honestly haven't really followed much of his stuff. But I will say this: one thing that I like that he did that I can respect is how he came back.
Yeah.
After the whole thing, after he took some time off, it was still working apparently behind the scenes, came back and just like nothing happened. He was just pumping out content. I'm like,
He's
see,
a
that's
smart dude. He's a smart
that's
dude. He
like-
put his head
yeah.
down and worked.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that's how you should do it. And that's one thing I didn't like with John Swan. He kept reminding people of his fuck up, and then he made that video. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah, he's
bro.
a fucking idiot. I don't
I'm
know.
like-
He can't handle people not liking him.
Yeah, I thought that was stupid. I'm just like, dude, just the reason why nobody is forgiving you is because you keep reminding them of what you did and crying about it. And then you make a video where you're like, I've suffered enough. I'm like, nah, dude, you don't get to decide that. You don't get to decide when people forgive you.
And then he tries to turn it into a meme. He's like, "Oh, do you guys remember I lied to Dream?" It's like, dude, are you gaining any subscribers? Like, I don't think this is what you should be focusing
Yeah.
on.
Well, he was doing it because Augie was backing him up now with that. And like, this is what I meant with like the community, right? So he's making like he made nice with the community with the video that he put out.
Yeah, and
basically.
he put in the video that he wasn't trying to do that when it's very obvious that he needs people to like him.
I mean, to be fair, he put a decent little logical response as to why he's like, yo, I would side with technicals if this was the case for if I was being smart. And I'm
He
like,
should have.
If I was
he
being
should've.
smart.
Yeah,
if I was-
yeah, he
Yeah,
would have had
yeah, I
his
just
comeback
thought-
right now.
yeah, he probably would have.
Let Nicholas Diorio make that video.
Oh, it's hilarious. Okay, so this was for you, Tech, from Louis. He says, ask Technicals, why does he make these videos? What made him want to cover these allegations? I'm curious.
Because I grew up in the Smash community, and all these people are really fucking gross and just kind of like defend each other and like don't actually give a fuck, even though they morally grandstand about how much they know and care about sexual assault and all this shit.
Yeah, and want to protect people and shit. That's what I'm saying. It's just like I've seen it firsthand too over here. Not like anything like that. Not to the degree that you have, right? But I've seen some weird shit, and some weird ass conversations, just weird ass people in the Smash community. And I know that's why they kind of separate themselves from the FGC at large. And the FGC at large seems to be perfectly okay with that. For at least from what I've seen, at least on the local scene over here in Orlando, they seem to be perfectly okay with that. So,
Yeah.
Just
Are we gonna do this video?
we
back
can
to
go
this.
watch it. We get back.
I mean, this is a whole live stream, though. You guys sure you
Yeah.
want to cover a whole live stream?
Yeah.
we could just talk about the point since you're here anyway. I didn't know
Yeah,
you
I
Oh,
guess,
thank
I
God.
guess with all the stuff he said, if you remember the stuff that you addressed, because I know he talked about like he tried to like go point by point for your thing while you were also going point by point like you're stupid.
He brought up the definition thing. He brought up the fucking the lexico definition thing, even though it wasn't really a big fucking deal. But like he wanted to fucking explain that it's by Oxford, so it's the most popular definition and it's the most
But didn't
famous.
it end up
Ironically,
not being the most popular definition though?
yeah, he googled it and it wasn't. So I don't fucking.
Well, he probably should have done some prep work like Augie.
Oh, man.
I mean,
You got to give Augustus credit for one thing. He was like, all right, I got my ass beat last time, but this time I'll make a Google
well,
Doc
I don't
and
think
everything.
John Swan doesn't even know where this guy got that clip from because he got it from Nick Diorio's second channel.
No, I
Oh,
caught
yeah,
that too.
yeah.
I caught that too. He said, "Oh, he's like he clipped me here," and then later on he goes, "This is from one of Nick Diorio's videos."
Nick
I'm like,
posted
"You
it.
know where it came
Nick
from."
literally
Nick-
posted it.
Nick edited it and posted it. And even in the live stream, John is like, fucking, oh, yeah, this is my stance. I'm like, oh, okay, so why does it matter that it's not a released video? You changed your
Yes.
stance.
That was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
But the thing is, he did know where it came from because he knew it was Diorio's clip. So it's just like, how did you forget then?
Then
Yeah,
why
How
did
the
he?
how the
Why
fuck
did
you
why?
forget you did a
Yeah, then why
collab?
was he like? Why was he like fucking? What else did he clip out? I'm like, if he knew, then why the fuck did he say that? Unless I don't know, dude. It's weird. He's
yeah,
a weird.
'cause he says
know,
it like minutes later, where he acknowledged that it was Nicholas Diorio's clip, and I'm just like, then you knew how he
Guys,
edited
they're
it.
not being inconsistent. They just changed their mind, okay?
I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
they changed their mind. It happens a lot.
They do it. Yeah, I was about to say they do it frequently, but that's okay, man, because we're allowed to change our minds. It doesn't make us flip floppers at all or inconsistent. We just
Isn't there
changed
something
their
you
mind.
call that though, Sen? Isn't there a phrase you have for that?
Kiss
I
the
don't
ring.
know. What is
certain
it?
point of view?
Kiss in the ring? Oh, the winner's point of view. Yes.
Oh, that
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
I like Connor though. He seems like he has a lot of fire to him. You know, he seems like the undisputed king of logic right now. Probably, I don't know, more than Augie at least. So maybe Connor's time will come one day. You know, he'll be the next king of commentary soon, baby, soon.
Be a legend.
He will.
Yeah. I don't know.
We could try to watch some of this here. Like I said, I just want to. We'll hear the John Parsons, and we'll just. I guess hear you repeat.
I like the thing. He's doing a walk back, and he started like moonwalking.
Yeah, I need to hear myself speak.
It's weird. Watching.
I don't remember what I
watching you watch a live stream of somebody else.
Yeah, this is on so many levels of just fucking Inception.
Yeah. I'm so fucking confused.
Watching John Swan, watching me.
Yeah.
Watching John Swan's content.
Oh shit. It's so wild. It is trippy.
Said.
Just tell me when to pause it, like when you're at when you want to address something. Tech. Just be like pause. That way I know.
From 2 days ago, I'm on my Augie beat. He's gonna respond to that.
Let's set the scene.
I know he's gonna respond to that.
That's cute.
Why does it look like it's frozen to me?
It really cut you deep that he did that apparently.
Oh wow.
You know.
I don't like that.
I just thought it was really cringe. I was like, this guy's not funny. Like,
oh no, dude, I was about to mention it. I'm like, I don't like that he has really low energy and it's like not really entertaining.
Yeah, there's no like jokes or anything, and also he did the same thing. Like he put that much effort into a response with a guy with 6K subs and did the same setup. At this point, you just like my setup. Like this isn't even a parody.
Oh my god!
I like the Pikachu in the background. It reminds me of Nicholas Diorio.
I'm gonna put curls in my hair again.
It's a recurring character.
It's wholesome.
I did kind of defile his entire setup there. So.
You defame me, nigga. The whole thing annoyed me. Fucking spread. Nigga, I'm spreading misinformation.
Oh my god!
It annoyed him. Yes, nigga.
That should.
It annoyed me.
Cute. We try yours.
What?
Guys, my channel still hasn't recovered. I'm currently coasting off my savings, and I don't know how much longer I can do this. The Chris Hansen vids aren't paying like they used to.
You can see
every time.
Okay.
On my
When I watched this, I kind of laughed.
It's funny that he cut off the part before you actually showed his video. You don't want to relive those memories.
I think he did watch that part.
There's no way. There's no way he didn't play it. Come on, Josh.
Let me see.
Of course
some
he
of
did,
the like
that's what actually
did.
comedy looked like.
Some of them.
I made every single content creator look
Only
like a
some of
cuck
his
by
jokes
making
are
them
funny.
watch
that's
joke about them, shitting on them, and agreeing.
My favorite one was Tipster. My favorite one was fucking Tipster.
Yeah, it's just like,
no.
yes, I am kind of mentally ill. Yes, I do I am a pussy.
Like the
Well,
problem
he's
I
like-
have with like the Tipster bit is that Tipster also has occasions where he acts really fucking like he goes at people, and I'm like, Jesus, you don't have to go at this person that hard.
Even
but
Chad is
it's-
saying like the live stream feed is frozen. I was saying
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
the
your
bigger
internet,
one-
John. It's your internet
Like-
gotta get better,
I'm
John.
trying to see if I can fix it right quick.
How you doing, John?
No, my favorite part. What is it? Like you get the fat suit. You're fucking playing with Tipster's titties to the fucking beat. And I was like, get the fuck out of here,
It's
dog.
pretty sad though that Augie reprimanded Tipster for having like his opinion on the shit, right?
Well,
So,
no,
No,
the
they
thing is-
attacked him. They all called him a pussy, but he was being a
Even
pussy.
Comment Cop, I was like,
Yeah, he
Jesus
did.
Christ,
straight
like,
up, yeah.
yeah.
Like, well, that's the problem. Like, he's gonna get on there, dude. Like 3 days prior to that video dropping, there was like a fucking bunch of fake tipsters adding Hannah Animal, calling her his whore, and like, oh, don't tell my wife, guys. Everyone was joking around. Literally, there was memes about the tipster multiverse opening up and shit, right?
Yeah, dude, I've heard about this shit like all the time. I don't know
Yeah.
why he thought it was like such a surprise. to bring
Augie
up
was
as a
like, we
joke.
do the same thing to you every stream.
Well, what-
Yeah,
Tipster.
shout out
Focus
to
on the main
Augie for
point."
actually like admitting that at least.
Yeah,
Because
that
it
was
seems like he's
actually
been
dope.
dishonest with a lot of it, but he admits that that's fair. So
I mean,
Oh.
the girl herself wasn't even mad about it, wasn't?
I know,
Right.
yeah.
No,
He
she
tried to
wasn't.
say I was dragging his friend and I was dragging his wife when I was just dragging him.
You want to know
Yeah.
someone that did drag fucking Tipster's wife and Tipster ended up forgiving him? Our good friend Tommy C.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Tipster, you
That's
forgot
true.
about that too?
I would need context to that.
Oh well,
They
I
got
have.
into a
There's the
fight years
video.
ago.
There's the bod. Yeah, the
Do you
bod's
have
still
that?
up.
Do you have
That was
that? Aura?
5 years ago. Oh, who cares?
Do you have that? Aura?
If I have it, oh dude,
Well,
it's
the point
somewhere,
is that if he's
probably.
willing to forgive and forget for Tommy
Yeah, but
5
that's
years
like
ago,
this is
he
like
should do it
right
to
when
you.
it happened. So you don't have to
Yeah.
immediately forgive people for that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. So he'll forgive you in like a couple months, so then we'll be good. You guys will be nice again.
And I
just
think
don't know why
Tipster,
he
I think Tipster would just realize he looks stupid as shit, and then we'll drop it.
Well, it was funny. Like he was unironically funny. Like you know what I mean. Like so, like he's reacting to this joke, right? But he's taking it so seriously. He's like, this joke makes it look like I'm cheating on my wife, and nothing could be further from the truth.
I love
I
my
love my
wife.
wife. He
It's so funny.
takes the fucking sunglasses off and looks into the camera. He's like, I love my wife.
That was
love my
emotional. I liked it. I liked it.
It's a funny
I dig that.
quote. I love my wife. I never cheat on my wife. I love my wife.
I love my
Bruce,
wife. It's nothing
did you
that could be further
watch-
from the truth.
I like
Really?
that from Tipster. It
I
was
like that you-
emotion.
I
It's
like
raw
that you
emotion.
changed the video titles. I'm breaking
Oh,
up with
yeah.
Nicholas Diorio. Emotional.
Oh yeah.
Look at a clickbait title and shit. And what was the other one? What was the other one? Aura?
Zaptai admits to all his shit on video. like,
I was like, oh shit, that's great. Josh one looks human, like human Shrek. I guess is Scoop says. That's hilarious. All right, let's play the video.
Dub, I'm shitting on you the whole video. I'm shitting on you the entire video. There's a joke in the first part of the video. If you go to the interview section, on the scrolling text, it says, study finds that 100% of suicidal teens are faking it. That's a joke about John Swan. This dude is a fucking dumbass.
Bruh.
But
At this rate,
funny. But however, again, I will say after that video was published, doing a lot better now. In no great, I'm very much indebted to the people over on Patreon, patreon.com/ShansonYT.
He's indebted because you pay for his rent.
Lessons now available on the Patreon.
His videos are big rent. He's
Johnson
indebted to
YT.
you because he's
Very
allowed
good
to keep the
So I'm
electricity on in
indebted
his
to those
house.
people to
Oh
keep this channel going. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Kind patrons. More lessons.
fuck, my videos aren't getting any
I
money.
spent 27
What's the only thing I'm good
He
at?
didn't
Oh yeah,
play it. He
editing.
didn't
Let me
play the
sell
clip
editing.
where his own clip. He skipped it.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He skipped
Oh,
the clip
shit.
of his own video, of his sad video, the one that you put up the sad music to. Yeah, he
Oh
skipped
really?
it. Yeah, he didn't. I guess he didn't want to watch it. He didn't want to relive those memories.
He's like cheesing here. It's that soy jack where they're like smiling but they're crying.
Yeah, right there. There it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
Yes.
this video is terrible. That's why I responded to it. People like, I kid you not. I did
God, guys, I'm not a narcissist. I responded to a guy with 6K subs for 27 minutes with an entire setup and entirely edited video because it was shit.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's the
even
only
told.
reason. That's the only reason I did it, dude.
right then.
I remember that I told him like I wouldn't have wasted my time. I think I told him that, but good job anyway. Because like here's the thing. Here's another argument they use against you, right? It's like, oh, why were you saying Nick's videos were so good? Why were you polite to us?
I never
when-
said like Nick's videos, dude. You can ask anyone I stayed with at VidCon. I actually put Nick's video up on the TV and I showed them. I was like, dude, look at this fucking shitty ass edit that Nick does with this fucking lens flare. And I was just sitting there like tearing into his fucking video because I think the editing is so dog shit. And I was like, look, it's over like the entire fucking video. I think it was it was his hypocrites video. But yeah, I've never said that I was a huge fan of his content. The only reason I gave him scraps for the Sky House was because he was also invested in the story and Sky had reached out to him.
Yeah.
But I think everyone involved agreed that I would be the better person to cover it.
They try to but they try to frame it as like you're fake because you were nice to them at first, and then when they started shit talking you, then your mood changed on everyone. I'm like, but like, ain't that just courtesy? You're being
Yeah,
nice
I
to the
was the
people
same
you
I'm not
thing,
gonna
dude.
I'm not gonna go to someone and be like, oh, dude, your videos are fucking dog shit, and like for no reason, like because I'm trying not to start issues for no reason.
But it was the same thing. They were cool with him until they started
That's what
disagreeing with his
that was
video.
my main argument. It was like, yeah,
Yeah.
but you guys did this, like, and you turned first, right? Like, admittedly. Look at that shit.
No,
You
dude,
go to Twitter.
they had a fucking meeting about the fucking the discussing their findings that was sent to them, as Tipster would put it, right?
Who admitted
About
to that, by the way? Was it Tipster or was it Nick?
it's on
Or
Steve the
Augie?
Live fucking live stream. Tipster said it. They all did. They all fucking said it.
Dude, Tipster said it. Yeah, you're right. I remember now.
Yeah, Tipster said it. Augie said that
Yeah, this
somebody
was
sent
the-
it to him.
This was a coordinated dogpile, and they're
Was
literally
Tipster allowed to say that?
I don't know if he was allowed to. I don't know if he just fucking slipped or some shit. But
just-
like, he
I'm
said
just
it.
surprised. It's just like, to me, it's just like, all right, so this is brought up to him, and nobody for once thought it's just like, oh, might be going too far, bringing his brother into this shit, right? It's just like that how
Well,
it
like,
would look, right?
Is it even
Optically,
worth it? Is it even worth it? Like, yo, is this huge fucking thing even fucking worth doing this shit over, right? Like, it's a disagreement about redemption. Like, you know what I mean? Like, goddamn.
Yeah,
I don't
who
know.
pushed for this to keep going? Like, because I've never had
Well, Tommy C said that he tried to fucking talk Nick out of
Stop,
shit. Like,
right?
I can't
'cause
believe he did that shit.
That's the only person, and that just goes to Nick. It's like you're fresh off the heels of your Sith Lord Tommy saying he doesn't trust you because you fucking
Just call Tommy a Sith Lord.
Yeah. You're like, your Sith Lord just abandoned you because he was afraid of what you can do because he knows you play dirty, and he just basically called you a weasel and a fucking snake, right?
Tommy knows that Nick is the kind of, like, Nick did this shit to me. He was fucking DM leaking. He DM'd in the Onision story, and then went on fucking Twitter saying that, oh, it doesn't break TOS to leak DMs, so I'm not a piece of shit. Like, what?
Yeah.
The point isn't that it's not illegal. It's that why the fuck are you breaking people's trust and recording people in private? Like, I don't give a fuck about the call with John Swan. That's whatever. Why are you recording people in private without their knowledge so you can one up them? And
Yeah, even Tommy was paranoid about that. He was like, I was being recorded.
But Tommy's the one who gave him that fucking idea.
Yeah, he's the one that gave him the advice. So it's like, you guys, man, shit.
Well, that's the thing. It becomes more of an integrity issue at that point, right? It's just like, if you're a person, and again, those integrity and credibility, go hand in hand together to an extent, especially if you want to continue to build it. It helps you to have that, But once you lose one of those things, exactly, you're going to be a person like that. I think that says a lot more about the Oreo, right? That Tommy said that, right? That he's just like, you're talking about the guy that's like, that he looks at it as a surrogate son, and he's like, I can't trust him. It's just like, well, okay.
Like, he'll stab me in the back, this is what he'll do to his this is what he'll do to someone he knows on a personal level. What do you think he's gonna do to someone he doesn't know on a personal level?
I think that says a lot. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I it's fucking crazy.
All right, let's
yeah, I was like, what were we talking about? Like, what happened?
Well, we're watching this. That's why.
Okay.
Didn't quite made this clear in the video, but
I'm gonna skip it. I don't even care. This is all
Franchise was involved. Of course he was involved. He made a video on me.
Wait,
How
is
was he not
Lothar not
involved?
That's not how that works.
Anyway.
Because he made a video.
He made a video on me, so he's involved in the case directly.
Directly.
Like everything is centered around him. Just like how he made tweets about how the commentary community was over because he was the shining star and now he isn't shit and he's changing genres. Like Turkey Tom made a fucking video on Tom Dark about it that I was like, oh shit, this video is speaking facts. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. I gotta check it out now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out then because I didn't know. Tom Dark.
Suffering right now.
He's suffering.
The franchise is not involved in the Zero situation at all. So to respond to him for 27 minutes on your main channel doesn't make sense.
On the same topic after you respond to me, and
Not quite. This will be a stream. On the VOD, on the second channel, the VOD will go.
He got you, man. It's a stream, not a video. He got you.
Yep, he got me.
Based.
Oh no.
Based.
Got his ass.
for you, too excited to hear the same
What?
shit 3 times.
So your only
Wow, it's
response
almost
to
like
this
he
is a
admitted
response
he
to a
would make no
nigga that's
point
not
because I'd
involved.
just be repeating myself 3 times. Bit of a Freudian slip there, I will admit. Like, come on, man. I'm not gonna say anything new to respond to. Okay, dude. Admitting the video is kind of shit.
Is that what I
Anyway,
said?
Let's go.
Wait, I don't even understand what he's misrepresenting.
Apologize by differentiating between the sexual preference for prepubescent children and the disorder in case of additional factors. Clinically, this is an important distinction.
You should go
because
See,
now.
when I saw this video, I'm like, this doesn't prove or disprove anything. This doesn't add anything to the point about Zero at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him doing this shit.
I saw
was
the
just-
Aiden's Projects guy. I think this was Aiden's Project, or it might have been another alt account. It was like, it was on one of Technical's tweets. I don't know if you saw it, Tech, but it was like, your brother did this in a group chat with minors, mauled.
I know,
and
it's
it's
so
like,
relevant.
oh,
Like,
so
he's in my replies
that's what
right
I
now.
said. That's what I thought in my head. Oh, that's whoa. That's
Like,
so
is that
relevant.
me? Oh, it's not.
That's
okay.
super relevant, dude. That's why we're at this point, because you took irrelevant fucking points to try to fucking get a dunk on this guy because he was owning you in every other way.
And now
which
that
is
I defend
fucking
myself,
sad.
I'm the bad guy.
It's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Do
Nice
not
one,
act on their
BBB.
sexual urges, and 40 to 50% of sex offenders that have engaged in sexual contact with children have equal or higher sexual arousal with adults. Let's remove the DSM-5 for a minute and focus on the definition that is generally agreed upon. Sexual feelings.
John Swan
directed
drinks,
towards
slurps, and
Your
gargles
point on
Matrix
DSM-5
juice.
is good
Okay,
I
I'll
love
take
Luther
it.
God.
Okay, it was good until
until you cherry pick the lexico definition.
Watch how he
and the
self-owns.
more commonly used
Yeah, this is funny.
Which actually
Yeah.
okay.
Because he's like, Oxford is the most is the most sought after
Oxford is the
definition.
most used dictionary.
And
Oh,
then it
he
turns
has.
out to not
Dude,
be.
we got the technicals response from Augie RFC. It's an hour and 27 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Jesus.
God.
See, this
Now,
definition
Would you want to
is
rather see
shit
that?
because it says a person who
Would you say? Sam?
Would you
Go ahead.
rather see that just because it's like Augie's more entertaining than John, debatably?
Well, I destroyed John. It's kind of redundant to go over it again.
Yeah.
So-
Augie's
you-
fucking video goes over like reading Mini Lad's allegation and the Zero shit longer than my actual video that I uploaded, which is what he was supposed to be responding to. It's weird.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's your
well,
call. I mean, if you guys want to go
Yeah.
over that, we can.
He's like, maybe if I fucking sit here with my mouth closed for 2 hours, people can't sit through and actually
But
call
like,
me on anything.
I feel like Augie is still more entertaining than John, though. Like
Oh yeah,
objectively.
yeah. For
That's
sure,
why
for
I'm
sure.
like thinking about
Well,
a palette
if-
swap. Just
Yeah,
because
I was gonna say if we switch from John, there's only one thing I wanted to address though that he said. He's like, "Oh, I got shunned from the community, so Zero could be." I'm like, the only reason you're shunned from the community, John, is because you're kind of an unlikable bitch. Like, you know,
Yeah.
all you do is complain and shit. You know, like
He
it's fucking.
relates everything back to himself. It's so self-absorbed.
Yeah, I don't even know why he would correlate him to somebody who supposedly shoved ice up their pussy, right? That's a weird comparison. I would never compare myself to that shit from like, you know, me being a fucking liar and a manipulator and shit to somebody who's going through some like fucking defamation lawsuit, but whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that's why you're not really welcome back by most. And the only people who push you are like your close fucking associates and your fans and shit, dude. But like,
not
no,
even Tommy's still like with it, apparently, right?
I don't like
They-
John Swan.
They
Fuck him.
can't, they,
Everyone,
can't, they can't even gangbang anymore because they're all not friends because they're all snakes. They all realize, oh fuck, we all hate each other. Oh shit.
no, that's the
God
thing.
damn,
dude,
what
and
happened to
I
Dogpile?
I hear people like, you need to give him a chance. Like, no, I fucking don't, dude. Like, you
No.
know, like I hear people telling me what I need to fucking do. And then like people don't want to do things that like I think they should do. Like, fuck that, dude. I don't want to give John Swan a chance. I don't fucking like him. He's not entertaining to me. His live streams are boring. I hate his fucking voice, except his singing. Like his covers are pretty dope.
Yeah, like I gave him a chance in the sense that I'm not going to shit on him because like he was nice, right? But I'm not
Dude,
going
my
to be
fucking
like
Burger
I'm not
King
gonna,
waiter was nice, but I don't have to respect
well,
that.
well, yeah, I'm just doing the courtesy thing that Tech does. I'm just not gonna like. I mean, we're not friends, so I'm not gonna objectively say that John is like knocking it out of the park.
I'm not doing
I'm
him a favor.
calling it like it is. I'm like, this is nothing personal to John. I'm just saying, you know, it kind of sucked. So that's it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
No,
all
look,
right,
what I
that's
would
fair.
say is-
I'm just saying, like, nobody has to fucking like you,
Yeah.
and don't expect everyone to fucking like you, and get over it.
Yeah,
And just
Like a
stop talking.
fucking teenage girl. It's
Yeah.
just so fucking. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, people don't like you. Just get used to it,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
stop bringing it. I've never heard Tom bitch that he got shunned. Like, you know, I hear this guy talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, he talked about it when he covered your shit. He's like, "Oh, welcome back, John Swan." He's talking about it again. Like he has never let it go. Then why the fuck should I? You know?
Yeah.
Like, so
No,
fuck
he
it.
didn't let it go. Why should I? That's funny. That's good.
And that's the thing. Look, he's the way I view is he has well edited videos and stuff like that. But like to me, I've never seen any of his videos that have been really
He
like,
is a good editor, though. I think he
substantiated.
should. Honestly,
Like,
if he wants to make money again the way he was, I would just stick to being an editor at this point.
I would just suggest him to do his music covers and shit. Like,
Oh,
are pretty
those
good.
were okay too. Yeah, those were. Yeah,
That's what I
I
like,
heard
that's what I
line by
said.
line. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, whoa, this guy can actually kind of sing. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
See, like my thing with him, like because I only saw like the Chris Hansen video, and I was just like, this is an interesting video, but it really only equates to a fucking conspiracy theory at the end of the day, because there's nothing in there that substantiate. He doesn't have enough in there to substantiate, right? It's just like, all right, that's still just pure speculation.
Oh
You
wait,
can't
can you
prove
go
any
to
of
the
this.
part? Can you go to the part where John Swan looks up the definition or like the most used
Yeah, we can go back.
dictionary and like disproves himself? He's like, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think it's right
yeah,
after
that was
that.
pretty
No,
funny.
I feel like
Because
that should
on-
be clipped.
Because
Right,
on Bo
that
Black's
should-
stream the other night, they were talking about how, oh my god, Oxford's like the primary like source for definitions and shit. Not literally just talking out of their ass. And John Swan was probably sitting there watching it, and then he used that as a point without actually Googling. So he fucking live just like debunked himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he does
that's
it.
like-
I think right here.
That's like Vosh when he was went ahead and saying the statistic shit, and then he fucking saw it and he was like, "Oh shit!"
I thought
Oh,
it was
no,
for
that-
Antifa, right?
No,
It was
no,
for
it was
Antifa, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was like
Yeah, it was the
Antifa
Antifa.
has never committed crimes against
Pulls
anybody. He's
it
like,
up.
they're
Oh,
killing
oh.
people now. He's like, oh shit.
Oopsie Bosch moment. John
He's like,
Swan
oh,
Bosch moment.
Well, you see, he got tripped up and he fucking changed the subject. It was
On
hilarious.
further investigations.
Yeah.
John Swan drinks, glurps, and gargles Matrix
Okay,
juice.
a little bit past this, I think.
Okay.
Here we-
I
I'll
love
take
Lothar.
it
Here we go. I think.
in like the top left corner.
Here he goes. Here he
What
goes.
it
Here he
says
goes.
up there.
This is a
Sounds
definition
like
from
such a
Oxford.
fucking,
Powered by
Therefore,
office asshole.
it's not
here
me
goes.
cherry
Here goes. Here goes.
picking.
Lexico is the Oxford Dictionary. The Oxford
smug
Dictionary
smile.
is the most used dictionary in the world.
The definition for the DSM-5 they just read
It's
out
not more
includes
commonly used.
prepubescent,
The
and then he uses a
very website is not more
definition that's
commonly used
vague
than
as
Oxford.
fuck.
Oxford is the most. This doesn't even matter, by the way. This is a complete non-point. But this is
Exactly,
the
it's a
Oxford
complete
Dictionary. Like,
non-point.
if you look up like lexico,
Here goes, here goes, here
I
goes.
kid you not,
He's gonna
okay?
Why is he making this a
I just,
argument?
like,
He
said
watched
that
a
as
live
URL.
stream and he was like,
Nice
"Fuck,
one.
dude, I need to argue this."
Lexico.
Dude,
Bro, I
they're
kid you
right.
not.
It is from Oxford,
Okay.
so it's not vague as fuck.
Online dictionary provides produced by Oxford University Press. Okay. It is the Oxford Dictionary. It's just like the way they saw their definitions.
Attraction to
here
children. A child is
Anyway,
technically
I thought that
anyone
was
under
funny.
the age of
Straight off the
18.
bat, okay? Straight off the bat, he's not right. But anyway,
Mexico
Watch where his
definition?
smile Yeah, goes. totally. when he All right, actually bro. Googles
Yeah,
it.
once he finds out it's not the most
Google
used.
most used dictionary. Most used.
Here he goes, here he goes, here he goes.
dictionary.
I didn't mean the most used dictionary in the fucking world. I meant the
Did you,
most
Mary?
used definition, which is in the
Merriam-Webster
DSM-5.
was the first result.
Yeah, it's like the third option is the Oxford one.
Oh, that's great. He's like, oh, look at his
Look
face.
at his
Oh,
face. Look
oh,
at his
fuck.
face. He
Oh,
like,
fuck.
oh shit. Oh fuck.
Well, now I look stupid again.
Technicals is a chomo. Look at this fucking chat. Like, this is the kind of shit he was like
What?
spreading, and he's like so fucking giddy about spreading allegations about another person. It just makes his fucking day to lie about people.
That's in his chat. Wait.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
in his
Yeah,
chat.
God. That's dumb as shit. Look at him. He's like,
Definition you
I don't
used
know.
look at him. He's like, oh,
in the video,
Am
you
I
fucking
wrong?
dumbass.
am I
Oxford
wrong?
was.
Am I wrong? Yes, you're wrong. you just showed that you were wrong live.
Caught in
Either way, they're
4K.
both super popular.
Either
dictionaries.
way, now
way,
all my
doesn't matter.
gloating, now that it's
Either way.
irrelevant. Either way, it doesn't matter.
He's like, it doesn't matter anyways. Yes.
Oh,
But sing it song.
yeah, I'm wrong.
You can go to the Augie video.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It's been around since the 1800s, you
Even
fucking
without this
jackass.
exact definition,
John.
even though you-
Yeah.
I may be wrong.
It was
He said you could go to the Augie one now if you
yeah,
want.
we'll go to the audio one. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go for it here.
I didn't know if you knew that was him or not.
I couldn't. I
Yeah,
couldn't.
that's right. Take the
Here we
fuck
go. This is it. This is it.
out, bitch. Take that fucking L. We're live. We're live. We're here. What is the date today? January 30th, 2022. My name is Augie RFC, and it's been a couple days since I've been on the air. I have been meticulously crafting my response for many days now. That's actually complete bullshit. I've just been playing Halo. I wrote my shit. I wrote my shit in like a fucking morning. This morning I woke
Yeah,
up.
we
I
could
was like,
tell.
all right, let's tackle this shit.
That doesn't make him sound like a
Um,
badass.
So
when it's
yeah,
done.
I wrote up a fucking document.
No.
I wrote a bunch of shit, and we're gonna go over all of it on stream. Don't worry, I'm not dropping a Twitter doc. It's basically just my live notes. Because I've seen the video now like 2 or 3 times, and gotta be real, man. And people are gonna say I'm being egotistical, or I'm talking shit or something like that. But the video just was not that good, man.
It wasn't.
Like, I was expecting something that I would have.
Hold on. Let me pause that for a second. Let me look at Technicals' video real quick.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was funny. That was very entertaining.
What is it? What is it? The 2 days, 5,700 likes. I don't know. I think the public likes it. And isn't that what matters at the end?
Real.
Well, yeah, numbers matter, right? Right, son?
Well, I don't think Augie would care too much because it's all about Augie most of the time. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
That would really puzzle me. That would really stump me. That would cause like sub loss or just an influx of people shitting on me on Twitter, saying that I'm some dishonest piece of shit or something like that. I was really expecting to have to go back to the drawing board for this one, but that didn't happen. So, I mean, I'm just being honest. You know, it sounds like I'm talking shit. I am, but realistically, none of that happened. In fact, I'm pretty sure fake tipster, who's been on a roll this week on Twitter,
Jesus Christ.
absolutely rolling Ralph.
Should we speed
roll
this up?
technicals.
Should we speed this up? You guys want to speed this up?
Yeah,
I mean,
Speed this up a little bit.
okay, he's gonna prove
Even fake tipster pointed out that on the day that the video came out, the only person that lost subs actually gained that day. The only person that lost subs, ironically, was Technicals.
He made fun of me for talking about numbers on Twitter, and then that's like one of his points. I know this dude only cares about numbers. That's why he was mad that I said that. I eclipsed all of their live streams today.
This was the one time where
Yeah, you
numbers
did.
actually mattered compared to the other fucking 10
What-
times where it didn't
what's
matter
inter-
to them.
Well, what's interesting, he showed
only person
that
that
you gained it back though.
subs actually gained that day. The only person
Yeah.
that lost subs, ironically, was
but they came back. they're right. That's right there.
That's what I said at the beginning of the stream. Like,
Oh.
yeah, it was
So,
like I lost
Technicals-
100 and immediately got it back.
Technicals
Oh, wow.
can shit on 5 big quote unquote respected content creators and piss out like 100 subs and then gain them all back.
Oh my
So,
God.
so yeah, that says a lot about you guys' worth. It must be really high up there.
Yeah, I was
guys,
gonna say
mine.
Technical shouldn't have been able to either gain that back or he should have lost more subs, considering that he took on 5, 6, including fucking Zaptai. Right, he took on that many
The
fucking
beloved
creators in
one.
one video. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Augie, Zaptai,
Augie, Zaptai, Tommy C, Nick
Tommy,
Diorio,
Nick, Tipster.
John Swan, and Tipster.
6. That's 6 then, kind of.
Yeah,
6
that's
fucking content creators. Most of them being primarily of the fucking commentary community, right? The mafia, or what some people would call
And
them.
these guys have like, well, except for Zaptai and Tommy, I guess, have, well, I mean, their sub count is like, never mind.
Didn't Zaptai have a big following before, like his other channel or whatever? Or no?
I think so.
Zaptai? Big V?
Yeah, I don't remember specifically, but it was a pretty big channel. He was a really big growing commentator. Like he had talent.
Yeah,
At least when back in like
Cool.
2016ish. So
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really speaks to the quote unquote damage of this video. Really, it's just a circle jerk between two camps, right? Because realistically, my audience, even when the video came out, because that's my first time really addressing it. Now it's my first time responding to it. But even when the video came out, people in my audience were just posting mega threads, debunking all the points. I mean, really, I got to give it to the fans because they were on the ball more so than I was, you know? And I think that just speaks volumes about the video.
But they're your
Your
fans, of course.
Your audience who you
Yeah.
talk down to for not being able to be on your level of intelligence, which is why you won't take their calls, is suddenly now making good points against Technicals, a guy that 5 of your biggest creators need to jump on to try to get 1 point and you don't even get it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what is this logic, dude?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and plus they're your fans, of course.
Video itself. it
Yeah,
just
my
wasn't
fans
good.
agree
It
with
just
me,
didn't
guys.
make any fucking
Look,
Yeah.
he in this
So,
live
we're
stream,
gonna
he'll
take
like
a-
ask an obvious question. He'll be like, I condemn Mini Lad for what he did. Does everyone in chat think that that's the right thing? Does everyone agree with what I just said? Oh, you do? My audience, when this is in
What?
sub only mode? Oh, you
My
do? Okay.
audience- My audience is agreeing with me,
What?
guys. That says a lot, you know?
That's
Fuck,
stupid as
dude.
fuck. That's like if I go to my Discord and ask if they like my content. Like what?
Yeah, that's
The
ridiculous.
video has only 673 dislikes, so yeah, they took
Yeah.
a big L. Okay,
Thank you,
so it's
Speedy.
5,000. It's 5,700 likes to 673 dislikes. Thank you for that.
Doing well.
But it wasn't
Like
a
I
good
said,
video.
I have my document here. We're going to go over, I think, 5 main points. Really, the main point is going to be the title of the video, you know, the
Any
supposed
points that I
commentary
wanna
double
go
standard.
over?
We're gonna be going into detail about that and why that just doesn't make any sense. And then I'll be responding to the high school context meme. I'll talk about the Discord bait thing, which I don't really care about, but I'll just talk about it anyway.
The high school context. That's a great
Wait,
shirt.
I love that he starts this off with, yeah, I'm going to pick the 5 main points that I chose, right? and then later down the road, he's like, this guy really dodged John, really? Oh man, it's like doing the same thing I'm doing right
He was
now.
talking so much shit at the start of the Keepstar debate. He's like, you would never come on my live and fucking debate me. Instead, you heard Keemstar and you wanted the clout, so you went on his. I tweet out I want to debate him. His entire chat spams it for the rest of his stream. Completely dodges it and says he's too sleepy to debate.
Didn't
What?
he have more of a fucking crossover with Keem's audience?
Yes,
like you would
I would
think
think
so,
so.
right?
Yeah, they've interacted way more than I have with Keem.
Yeah, well, not only that, I was there at the chat and everybody was like, Team Augie, Team Augie, Team Augie, Team Fuck. Even I was like, yeah, Team Augie, let's go, Augustus Marks. Show me why you're Kill Stream Junior. Let's go,
Yeah,
boy.
I had to argue up a hill. That's why I had all that information prepped. I was like, okay, this guy's gonna say the same fucking line over and over again, and he's gonna try to paint me as like a pedophile defender. So I need to come with the documents.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
that-
on the second round, which I would consider the second round, which would be the one where he got you to admit what your brother did, or he made it, which is like, that's like not really relevant, but it helped him out a little bit. Like it gave him the hype. He's like, ha 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 ha, ha. And I guess you can say he won because of that, right? But it's like, even then though, it's like, and there's no nice way to say this, so I'm just gonna say bluntly, his stupidity was what doomed him at the end. With like
Yeah.
round 1 and 3, right? Because everybody could see what you were getting at with round 1. It's like, Augie, why are you randomly liking fucking tweets that say 14 to 19 is
He brings
okay?
that up in this video too. He's like, I don't know, I probably accidentally liked it.
It's like, dude, I would not see Augie be fucking liking a tweet that says like pedophilia is not a crime or some shit. He wouldn't be dumb enough to do that. So I don't buy the whole like thing, especially if it stayed there. So it's like, yeah, okay,
it was
bro. I
still
don't
there.
believe
It
that.
was up.
And
How would you
everybody-
accidentally like some shit
Dog,
like that?
everybody was downplaying it too. It's like, who cares about this point about liking tweets? What does that have to do with anything? It's like, are you intentionally this fucking stupid? Like
Yeah.
what the fuck? And then round 3, like, I mean, that's self-explanatory.
They have to turn off their brain, or else they have to realize that the people they love are fucking stupid as shit.
Yeah.
That's freaking wild, man. But it's
I'll talk about
expected,
some
though.
of the John Swan stuff. Although John did his own response stream, I didn't watch all of it. I watched like half of it. But I'm
Great
sure he did a good
support.
job addressing the portions of the
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, oh, hey, support your friend, man.
video that were relevant to him. I do want to touch on some things though about that. And then after that,
Motorbike and Grey Street funded $100.
Holy
Hey, so I
shit.
want to get this out the way now. My band has finally released a full-length album. I want to thank you and the community for all the support I sent you. The album Indians also expect an Ethan Ralph parody this Friday. Anyways,
let's fucking go, dude. Big shout out to Mike the Bike and the Gray Street Band for that $100 donation. Check
Why
them out.
does
on
that name sound
This
familiar?
reminds me so much of like young Ralph. It's so adorable. Like,
Isn't
My
that-
goodness.
No,
Why
he's
is it
going
like
into his locale arc.
Yeah.
I've seen people talking about.
I don't know what's
Well-
gonna happen to him down the line. That'll make
was it-
it. But,
Wasn't
goddamn.
Mike? Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Mike the Bike. Why does that name sound familiar, Aura?
Because
it's
it
one of
was
the Dick Riders.
well, yeah, that it was the Channy situation. They had like they phone fucked, and then it faced
Oh,
the
that's right.
allegations. Yeah, the allegations of her being like a groomer or some shit came out, and
That's
then
right. That's right.
and we
Okay.
did a stream, and then I think it was like, well, how did he get turned on to Channy? She sounds like like a fucking 8-year-old. So that's it. That's
right.
that's
Yeah,
what I
that-
remember
okay.
from it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because I it sounds familiar. It's like that was that guy. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so then he took like some fucking internet break or some shit like that because like I guess like finding out she was a groomer like fucked him up or something. I don't know. So
yeah.
well, there's
I was-
more fucked up shit that you can add to it as a character attack, but like that would be really low. But yeah, so we're
Mhm.
not gonna go that route.
No,
but
we're not. No, I just his name sounded familiar, so I know I
But-
know
Well,
I
that-
heard.
that's
you know what
that's
I'm talking about, Aura. But yeah,
I know.
We're
I
gonna keep
know.
it classy. you
No,
know?
no,
Sure.
yeah, we'll move
Yeah.
on from that. We'll move on from that.
YouTube and Spotify. We'll check Mike the Bike out and also check out his band Gray Street. You can find that at, I think his channel is youtube.com, Mike the Bike. I'm pretty sure that is. Yeah, spam the links to your shit, Mike. Let everybody know where to find you. And big shout out, Big 07 for that donation right at the top of the stream there. Big shout outs. So anyway. I know
Oh yeah, well my boy Zombie Fox came through with 5 Thank you, Zombie Fox. Damn, wouldn't it be nice to get 100 donos within the first 2 minutes of brainless heart craving for my attention every second I live stream? Damn.
And the final thing I'll be looking at, so like I said, I'll go into the Discord-based stuff. I'll touch on a little bit of the John Swan Nick stuff. I'll also go into some of the Twitter shenanigans that happened afterwards. And overall, it should be a pretty constructive response. I'm not planning on taking too much time to respond to this. I mean, I'll give it as much time as I need, but expect like 30 or 40 minutes.
What?
Again, however much I need.
30, 40 minutes.
An hour
Oh,
20.
like 2 hours.
You
Oh,
should
it was
have
an hour
said
and a
give or
half.
take. You should give or take.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe.
It's because he sat there just
No,
fucking
it's,
reading twit
it's because he was using his intellectual expertise to debunk your slanderous claims, Tech.
Yeah. That's fine.
Let's see. Maybe he only spends.
Gotta
30,
see a
40 minutes.
master
Let's
at
see.
And then we'll probably just move on.
Let's see if he does. Only
Because
spend
this
30,
drama is
40 minutes.
cancerous. Nobody involved in this drama has fun with it. I think it's pretty much only fun for the audience, but even then the audience is like, I had people telling me like, don't even bother, fuck it, just don't even respond or something.
Wait.
And I'm just like, well, yeah, as funny as I would be to just not respond, I do genuinely want to respond because I think there's points here that need some addressing.
I thought he
Because
was
nobody
having
really
a
knows
lot
what
of
the fuck
fun
I'm
on
talking
Twitter
about.
when this shit. What the
So,
fuck?
Let's begin
he
my
was
response.
talking
And by
a
the way, I'm
lot
gonna
of
mute
shit.
donations here. I'll still read them at the end, but I just don't want them like getting in the way of my monologue here. So I'll read them off at the end there. But let's go ahead and break this down first of all. All right. So the title of the video is the commentary double standard. All right. Let's establish what that means. So Technicals is saying the double standard is that commentators are cool with and defend Zaptai, yet criticize Red Kiwis and Minilad and Zero.
Oh
So
my
let's-
God! What?
Yeah,
That's
he's
not-
completely miscarried. He's like, all right, guys, let me fucking get it wrong from the start. You don't even have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And he
not-
tweeted out that I
Based,
defend
Augie.
fucking Red
Based
Kiwis and
Augustus.
Minilad in the video. It's
See,
just-
it's not about whether he gets it right. It's about like how he works the narrative. You know, he knows he's fucked at this point. He needs to be a little dirty. But you know what? That's just the Augie way.
That's
the
just not
technical
it, though.
response, Augie RFC, made in a fucking morning, and it's dog shit. Like,
Oh,
all
that's
right.
Smart.
not good from the
Augustus,
beginning.
Let's
smart.
get into this.
Hear this message. I have no problem with people who want to criticize me or my cases. That's perfectly fine. But in the midst of all of this chaos, I've noticed a very obvious double standard. There's a case that perfectly illustrates what I mean when I say there's currently a double standard in the commentary community. Not to be confused with Turkey Tom on Twitter, that's just his handle. Zaptai, who is now currently known as Big B, was a popular commentary channel in 2017. He was involved in a flirtatious relationship with a 16-year-old catfish who was actually 14 when he was 20 years old. Now I can already hear the people screaming, dude, he was 19 and she said she was 17. This is literally Call Me Carson. Well, if you do a 5-second Google search and calculate the ages according to the time frame of the allegations, you'd realize almost instantly that Zaptai was 20 the entire time. Also, 5 years ago, 4 months after the original Twit longer was posted, Zaptai said, was talking to a 16-year-old a fucked up thing to do? Yes, won't challenge that. Why would he say that talking to a 16-year-old is fucked up if he'd only spoken to her sexually when he believed she was 17 and then broke it off when he found out she was 16?
Let's make this clear. He thinks she's 16, or not 13.
She had allegedly catfished the at the time 9.
So we get the point here. All right. So this is the supposed commentary double standard. All right. Now there's some important quotes here, just so that we're clear on what Technical's actual positions are. First of all, Technical says, I don't believe Zaptai is a pedophile, nor do I believe
At
Zero is a
least
pedophile.
he
all right?
doesn't
This is important
misrepresent those. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
No.
for a reason I'm going to get into in a second here. But let's just go ahead and hear that. Let me just play the clip so that we know what his position is.
4 years. I just want to make it very clear before I go further into this. I don't believe that Zaptai is a pedophile. Neither do I believe Zero is a pedophile. Okay.
All right. So he has a problem with how commentators look at all 4 of these stories and have different conclusions here. The commentary consensus is that Zaptai good, Kiwi's bad, Minilad bad, and Zero bad. And he has an issue with that. He's essentially saying that all commentators should have the exact same opinion on all 4 stories. Either they're all bad or they're all good. Now, according to Technicals, he
What?
thinks that Zero
What?
and Zaptai are not pedophiles. All right. So by that logic, he must also think that Kiwis and Minilad are not pedophiles either.
What?
Which is why I said on
Yeah,
Twitter that I was surprised to see him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
where
like-
the fuck
he's-
he's saying all this shit.
He's speaking like so much shit from your thought process that you never even said. That's
Yeah,
like crazy leaps and bounds, dog. Like, what is this?
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with
This is
this.
his intellectual prowess. Okay, guys.
I'm just
relax.
like, what is it? I'm like, dude, like you're
You
like
just can't
basically.
keep up. You guys can't keep up with how his mind runs at 250 miles an hour.
Is
That's
that
how
what's
smart
going
he
on?
is.
Because it sounds
Yeah,
like he's
yeah.
making this shit up. Is
No,
that
no,
what, like, fucking-
no. He's just going so fast that you guys.
He's writing
just can't keep
fanfic
up.
about this situation. He's not even.
He's
responding.
He's just going so fast that you guys are like left behind in the dust. That's all.
Dude, it just sounds like you're just making a narrative, dude. Like I don't know, man. Like that's not what he
Trust
when the
in
technical-
RFC. Trust
Yeah,
in
but
RFC.
Technicals never said like, "Oh, this is totally okay." He's just like putting them next to each other and like, what makes this okay apart from this? Not like this is okay. You know, I don't.
No.
Oh my god.
No, you know what? He'll get to that.
Okay.
Oh, God. All right.
effectively give a defense for Kiwis and Minilad. Now, some people said that I was being dishonest here. I'm sorry. I thought about this for now 3 days. I can't see how what I said was dishonest. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because I mean, truth be told, people make me out as this guy who just wants to, just be dishonest to everybody and just, slander everybody. I've never done that before. And even the people that I absolutely fucking hate, I absolutely despise, I'll never be unfair to them. At least, especially not like that. Like, come on now. So people saying I was being dishonest. I'm sorry, but by his logic, unless there's some massive, 4-dimensional chess move here that I'm just not understanding, it seems like he's on board with the fact that you must have to be morally consistent a very similar perspective on all 4 cases. And I'm going to get into why that's completely retarded. Also, let me just remind you what his stance is on Zero. Zero is guilty of pedophilic action, but is not a pedophile. This is from our first debate with him.
Oh my fucking god, dude! You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're just calling it a sob story. I'm giving you the reason why.
Are you saying that you can do a pedophilic action but not be?
You're advisor.
Nick just kept taking me out of context, and he kept doing debate tactics during that live stream, and it was pissing me off. I was like, because I could tell, like, I know English is my best fucking subject. I can tell when someone's being dishonest and trying to get a gotcha moment, and he's literally like, he's arguing to get sound bites. He's not arguing to understand the positions, which is annoying as fuck. And he's probably fell into that habit from being a cringy fucking drama channel for too long that only attacks people.
Yeah. All right, so let's play
Pedophile?
here.
Yes.
Okay. Dude.
All right. So now that we're clear on what his positions are, let's get into why this is retarded. So here's what I have done here. I have assembled a document that tells the story of Red Kiwis, Minilad, Zero, and Zaptai. And I have receipts for all the claims. I have the timelines established right here. And we're going to get into all 4 of these cases right now. And I'm going to explain why I come to the conclusion that I do with each of these 4 individuals. Just so we're clear, all right? I like Zaptai. Can't say the same for Kiwis or Minilad or Zero. And if you think that that's inconsistent, well, by the end of this segment here, I think it'll be pretty clear why I draw a different conclusion to Zaptai than the others. It's very, very simple. I've made this as simple as humanly possible. So first,
it's so confusing once he gets to it.
Oh gosh.
Red Kiwis.
Let's see.
Red Kiwis was 17 and got pictures from a potentially prepubescent child.
Can you just skip and go to his Zaptai defenses? And like, because this shit, he literally goes over every single point about every single case because that's necessary to make a comparison. Just open the transcript and then
that's
Control
right.
F Zaptai.
That's right. The bubbles on the
3 letters. Yeah, next to save.
Bubble. Down.
Bottom.
Yeah, I got it. Bottom right. John.
Bottom right. Oh,
Bottom,
here.
John. No.
No, bottom.
Here.
Those 3 dots next to the word save.
There you go.
Oh, here we go. Oh no,
it's not out yet.
No
Jesus Christ.
Well, you could do that anyways though with Control F, can't you?
No, not for a video.
Oh no,
I know Steve did it one time. Steve showed me
he did the bubble thing.
Oh, he did the bubble thing. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go forward then. We'll just see if we can get to. So this is the Kiwi stuff. You said you want to get straight to the Zaptai stuff, right? Minilad.
Yeah, because he wastes so much time talking about every single like part of the allegations when it's not even relevant to the argument. He's like, well, Red Kiwis is kind of a bitch. He's kind of a douchebag. I don't like how he handled this. That's relevant. I gotta throw this in. He was victim blaming also, so I gotta throw that in. Like, that's not relevant to like calling someone a pedophile.
Let me see, Zero. So I assume he's doing Zaptai last.
Yeah, he's establishing things. He's setting it out, laying them out nice and tidy.
So maybe he's good.
Like, this is what I mean when the video is shit. Like, spent 3 months working on in his legality section, which, by the way, he later in this video says.
All right, let me see. Is it
age of consent in Washington State, where Heather lived.
He talks about legality and then says he won't argue the Washington legality when one of his mods brings it up. The point that I brought up.
Oh my gosh.
Not Canada.
Let's see.
So Heather lived in Washington State, and Zaptai, I don't know where he lives, but it ain't in fucking Canada, which is where, actually, ironically, in Tech's video, he cites Canadian law to say that what he had was would be legally considered child.
See, but it doesn't matter because you still cited Washington law where she lives.
Yeah, so even if they debunk that and they don't actually talk about the Washington law, they're just ignoring it.
Yeah,
it's like I brought it up because they've like there's a couple of videos where people bring up like, oh, well, the age of consent is 16 in Canada and Washington. No one's ever said like, oh, Zaptai actually lived in fucking Ohio. No one said that.
So wouldn't saying like Canadian, like Canada, right? Wouldn't that be charitable to Zaptai, if anything? Because any other place in like the United States of America, wouldn't it not?
Well,
be
how the fuck am I
charitable?
supposed to know? Look up where does Zaptai live?
Yeah, no,
Look
I'm
it
just
up.
saying.
Yeah, it doesn't
I'm saying,
say Ohio.
Wouldn't it make like no? What I'm saying is, wouldn't it make no sense for him to be like, oh well, you know what? Zaptai's not even from Canada, where the age of consent is lower. He's in America, where
they're
the age
both
of consent
16.
would be higher.
Depending on where you're at, though. But the thing
Depending
is,
where you're
even
at,
still,
yeah.
but again,
Oh,
even
yeah.
still, though, just using the Washington law, though, it's still good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
it's
that's where
worse
she
because
lives.
they use it as a
That's already-
defense. Yeah.
Especially if he was planning to go over there. That's when the law would really
Yeah, that's
apply.
weird.
That's when
I'm
law
gonna.
would really apply.
Isn't that like? Oh fuck! I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
He doesn't live in Canada. He hasn't lived in Canada since he was like 6 months old.
It doesn't matter, though.
So I don't know why we're reciting Canadian law in the tech video. Like he literally does this. Hold
In
on.
case somebody
For the
tries
guy
to
that
say
claims
that
we
he's from
never did this,
Canada
we don't know
and
what
it's
the fuck we're
normal,
talking about.
that's
For some
why.
reason, he thought Zaptai lived in Canada in his,
Oh,
in his
dude.
video that he
Pull
spent 3
up
months
another
working on in his
tab and
legality
look up
section.
where does
By the way, he
Zaptai
let
live,
Let's see.
I'll do it.
Yeah, see if you can find that, Sen.
and then hold on. Let me show you. Oh, because they do bring up fucking Canada. These fucking defense videos.
Yeah, but like I said, even if he doesn't live in Canada, the fact that you already cited also Washington law where he would have gone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's going to apply. Is where you're at.
He was born in Canada. He went to law school, but dropped out to pursue his YouTube career. They just
Is that how
cite
it says?
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like, where am I supposed to find where he lived? Am I supposed to go find his docs?
I guess so. I guess that's what it was. You're supposed to find his
Well, that would
docs.
certainly help them.
Yeah, most of the time you just look up, oh, where does he live? Oh, okay. It's not like, oh, that was false. Oh, okay. I didn't fucking know that, I guess.
Well, regardless, even if somebody tried to use it, like, oh, he's from Canada, now it's kind of debunked anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as you brought up the state where they were going to meet up to hook up, then like I don't see the issue.
Yeah, well, that's where the law is going to apply, though.
Yeah, that's where it would apply when it comes to this law.
Yeah.
I asked a fucking attorney about this before too, because I was confused. I was like, where would an internet law be where like an internet crime be prosecuted if it was with like
in the state where it's committed?
Yeah.
In the state where it's committed.
Yeah. I needed to know that for my Captain Zach video too with Nairo.
Yeah.
Oh God, I found the Reddit on Zaptai's Reddit from 2016. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
where
probably really bad.
his announcement enough. And the first thing I see is like, was talking to a 16-year-old a fucked up thing to do? Yes, I won't challenge that.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a timestamp, and Nicholas DiOrio is the one sharing this, where he's like, "Dude, he's not even in Canada." This is his first video on Zaptai. I'm gonna link this in.
Right.
How do I
In
link
our
this?
chat here.
Private chat.
Yeah, in our private chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Most powerful man in
Click
Congress.
that timestamp and watch that. Nicholas DiOrio is like, "Why would he cite the laws in Canada? Maybe because I learned from your video, dumbass. So maybe like have more accurate information."
Oof,
All right, so let's open up this video real quick.
Nicholas
Yeah.
DiOrio we
that.
trust, guys.
He's not a valid source on the Zaptai case. Oh, damn, my bad.
Oops.
Who could have
There we
seen
go.
this coming?
All right, here we go.
Whether it was Canada or a state that he resided in, he could have legally had sex with this girl. For this reason, I was
See?
confused why this was
See, I've like been watching his videos and like also looking into this to
There
figure
goes
it out.
the moral argument. Though. Now
Nowhere
we're
does
going to
Nick say,
legality.
"Oh, he only stayed in Canada until he was like 7." And it's like the fucking Canadian argument in this video, and in none of his videos afterwards does he clear up, "Oh, he didn't live in Canada." So how the fuck is anyone supposed to know that?
So we're going from okay, so now we're switching it back to legality, right?
Yeah.
I can't keep up. I can't. I'm
He
sorry.
could have legally fucked her, dude.
Yeah.
It's morally wrong.
If
but,
you're
you know.
35 and the age of consent is 16, you can legally fuck them, dude.
God fucking damn it.
Oh no. It's not looking
Well,
good.
that's the problem I had with Ethan Ralph, dude. Like fucking over 30 years old, in communication with a 17-year-old, and like just fucked
Turns
her.
18. Tommy sees like, well, she was of legal age. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and Ethan Ralph is like what, 34 years old? I'm like, Jesus
He's like
Christ, dude.
31, I think, to be charitable.
Legal, bro.
30.
It's
At the
fucking
time?
legal.
Did you say to be charitable? Like fucking
Yeah, because he
Hey.
looks old as shit, but I'm pretty sure he's like.
Hey, you gotta let the mind catch up with the, you gotta let the mind catch
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
catch up
yeah.
with the
You know,
pussy.
mine,
Yeah, yeah.
mine catch up with the pussy. Mutilations. 13-7.
Oh shit.
In this video states that legality arguments are stupid, even though he has a whole section in the same video that's literally legality arguments, which is strange to me. But where does he pull this up? It's actually hilarious. It's the DOS test, I think.
Doesn't even talk about the DOS test.
Where is
And
it?
then
Pull
goes
up,
on to make the
Canadian
same
law.
argument that
It's here
public
somewhere. Let me just
images
the transcript.
made it less worse.
This is
I
hilarious,
guess.
guys.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I mean when the video is shit. Like, how do you take this shit seriously?
You don't even know
From the
laws.
official Canadian website, child
Like,
pornography is
he
duly
doesn't even
defined as both
attempt to
any visual
understand.
No,
This isn't the
It's-
DOS test.
it's just shit. It's just shit, man.
representation or This any video's written
just
dog shit. I don't understand it, but it's just bad.
Augie has resorted to memeing, by the way.
I know.
He's
that-
resorted to
Did you
memeing.
see this? Did you see this? Hold on, let me put it
he
up.
posted the pig thing, or
Yeah, yeah. Why does
He
it
has
always
res-
turn into like the you're fuck, I hate this shit.
Alright,
It's
alright,
always like, oh, take me
it
seriously.
up.
I'm being very serious right now. And then it's like, oh shit, well, I got nothing left. Let's just go with the memes now, boys.
alright. Hold on. I'll put it up for Sin Field. It's coming up. Here it goes.
Stanfield.
For Sinfield. Just real quick. Let's see the shit. Personally, have
Dude,
heard a single good legal or moral argument as to why eating dogs. Oh, jeez.
Got a meme about Augie's ethnicity now because it's cute.
Oh my god.
From serious allegations to memeing about ethnicity. It's cute.
I
It's
like
this
how
is
you just
commentary.
even fucking. I like how you just fucking randomly. Augie has resorted to memes. By the way, I was like, the fuck.
It's wholesome, This is why
Esa mierda.
people need to handle serious allegations with memes.
Jeez.
Material. Wah, wah, he doesn't live in Canada. All right.
I mean, but that doesn't matter.
Months later, it was exposed that she lied about her age to the entire community. So she hadn't just catfished Zaptai. She catfished everybody.
Then he uses a tweet that I
She
debunked
lied
at
about
the
her age, but she
beginning of the video.
What the hell, Augie? She catfished everybody. Like, is that how it
Yes.
works now?
Yeah, it
Just
sounds like
everyone-
victim blaming right here. Like he's victim blaming the fuck out of
Well,
this minor.
I'm just gonna say what Tommy said one time to Edwin. Why ain't anybody blaming the victims? Why are
Oh
they
my
blaming you?
Did he really say that?
Yeah,
He
he
said that
did.
to Edwin when Edwin
Yeah.
came back.
What?
Yeah, it was after the
amazing.
Onision documentary drama,
Oh,
and then the
no.
entire community had to fucking ass pat Edwin back to fucking.
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't know what the
I
fuck they were
take
doing.
notes from the legends of the commentary community.
Oh
you
my
see.
god.
Yeah, imagine needing to plagiarize your fucking argument from someone else. Like, why don't you just sit down and develop your own fucking argument? You have no critical thinking skills. I'm doing this shit all on my own. You think I have help? No.
Yeah,
The
it's
fuck?
just fucking crazy. I don't know, man. Everything's just fucking weird. I don't get it. It's like I can't believe he said that. That's a weird thing to say. She catfished I'm like, why are you like I don't
hurt
know,
all of us.
Dude,
dramatizing the fucking thing.
It's a catfish. The 14-year-old lied about being 16. It's a catfish. It's a catfish.
Dude, like I don't know, because I'm like, I see the thing with the zero shit, and they're like, oh, everyone wants to like fucking virtue signal Katie when Katie's not speaking for herself. Everyone's doing it for her, and like this person who fucking talked to Zero 5 years ago shows back up 5 years later when like he's going through the ringer with Jisoo shit, and then she reaches out to Jisoo, puts in her document, I saved these happy memories, but then I changed my mind and they're not happy memories, and Jisoo inspired me, a known liar with several fucking lies in this document that I'm participating in, and a shout out to the Me Too movement, and Tommy's like, oh, he went after Kate. Of course he did.
Yeah, but
That
if I
sounds like-
but if I question any motivations after all of that, I'm
Yeah.
weird for thinking that. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
that's
off, dude.
crazy.
Like
That's
they forget
crazy.
all the shit I debunked at the beginning of the Zero video. So there's all these lies about Zero, and you're telling me I can't even question if there's some kind of integral issue with the Katie one.
Yes, dude, it's insane. I'm like, because I remember Tommy on his stream was like, what the fuck did he say? He's like, oh, Zero's not remorseful at all. He's trying to go out. He feels like he got fucked over. I'm like, I think he got fucked over. Did you read that shit she said? I'm like, I'm inspired by the Me Too movement, so I'm here 5 years later. I'm like, dude, no. There's, even if you don't agree with it or fucking, you don't have to support Zero on what he did, right? You don't have to support
Yeah.
Zero what he did to fucking see how fucked up that is at the same time. Like,
And then goes completely ghost and then doesn't provide like any information like to prove that she's a real person and shit like that.
yeah, and she's not saying a word. This is the most opportune time for her to fucking show up, right?
To come back
And
around, yeah.
Yeah, to speak for herself and like shut you down, and the fucking commentary people can actually have points and W's and shit, right? But everyone's just talking for her. John Swan is white knighting for this person that he doesn't even know if it exists. Like, I don't understand, dude. I don't understand.
I would white knight for an imaginary person. What do you mean?
Well, he's done it before. He had a fucking manager stop him from going on drama alerts. So
That's
fuck.
mean. I wasn't expecting you to do that. You're fucked up for
this-
that, Oro. You're fucked up.
Why? He did do that. He made up an
I know, but
imaginary
you're not
autistic
supposed to
person.
bring that up.
Well, you know what?
Why?
You know what's interesting?
Because
You
it's
know what else is-
mean.
You know what else is interesting about it, right? Is that they never dive into the reasons. That's the other thing too. Like if you look at if they go further into the Jisoo document, they could see where Katie had text messages with Jisoo, like actual text messages, and her reason changes again because she goes from saying before happy, right, the whole happy memories thing to saying that, oh, you know what, I saved those messages to defend myself. Defend yourself from what?
From blackmail, John. It's like, don't you know she was already predicting blackmail
So I
5
have
years in the future?
I have like an idea, like, well, not an idea, but like kind of like this thing came up, right? So it's like, did you see Technicals talking to Zero? That must mean they're in cahoots, kind of thing,
Dude,
right?
no,
It's
you know
like-
what's funny is that I've been into live streams and I've explained this before this all went down, and then they changed their stance to the same exact stance as dumbasses in Smash who blindly hate me, and then act like I haven't already discussed this in full detail. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that,
Well,
man?
they make that, right? But like, couldn't you say the same thing for like, you know, the Katie and
Can't you say the
Jisoo?
same shit? Can't you say the same shit for Diorio and Zaptai? Because he went into the fucking messages and shit like that, and he went to go question the girl, right? I don't know, dude. I
All
don't know.
these scenarios seem kind of similar, so I don't know why it would be used as a you know, like an argument against Technicals. That's just my confusion. Maybe
They
someone
were
can
so
clear that up
scared
for me.
about bringing up Zaptai because they assumed I was like them and I was going to call him a pedophile, but I'm not like them. I don't just go around calling people pedophiles.
Well, I think you already made like 3 disclaimers in your video: the opening and the ending, and you even said that he's, you know, he deserves to be here and he's worthy of redemption and forgiveness and shit, dude. So I'm like,
I'll do one thing I'll say about the video. I'll give it this critique. I could tell
No.
you were probably holding.
He's like, no.
you have to have been like, you're holding more, right? Because you
Oh,
know
yeah.
that
No,
45
I have
minutes was
more.
like, mwah, but
that,
it's like
that was cut down.
that
'cause I
was like,
fuck.
yeah. I
I
was
wanted
like,
it to be
that's
20
not
minutes.
everything. Yeah, I'm like,
Mhm.
that's not every. I know you have more.
well,
No, you
like
always
what?
you always save the good stuff. My brainstorm document is fucking meaty.
Yeah, I
it's
see.
like
Yeah, that's what
7
I said.
pages or something.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, you would never fucking unleash your entire load. Why would somebody fucking who's taking on like several people at once just dish everything out? That doesn't make sense.
No,
this is
yeah,
kinda
I
like-
had entire segments that I cut out, and I was like, nah, fuck this. This is making it too long. I can put this in a different video.
They
I learned
got him in shambles, right? Everybody's like freaking out. Look at Augie's fucking mannerisms and everything. Look at him. Look at him.
yeah, Augie's in his
Look
he's
at
in his
him.
lolcow arc.
Nah, he'll prevail. He'll bounce back.
Well, Augie
Really?
could bounce, like, maybe, I don't know, dude. It depends on what he wants
When he
to
gets
do. I
old,
think
though, when he gets
Yeah.
old, then like, okay, that's when shit might start going
When he gets
downhill.
old, his metabolism slows down. He starts morphing into tipster. He's like, ah, fuck.
You
Ah, shit.
More like Ralph, like, to be honest.
More
Oh
like
my-
Ralph,
well,
you think?
Well, I think
They're about the
he
same
needs
height.
to. Yeah, I think he needs to just like, you know, figure out like what he really wants to invest in. Like, I don't know why he's wasting his time investing into this shit. You know what I mean?
You should invest in stocks.
I mean,
or
he said
something.
he was saying how like fucking uninteresting, and they could all just ignore it and blah blah blah. It drops, and it's the only thing they talk about. So
Yeah.
Well, even before that, I mean, even
Content
before
must
it
be
was
strong.
dropped. That's the thing. Even before it
Yeah.
dropped, it was in.
they were
there was
begging me for it.
anticipation
They're like, "Oh, Tech, where's the video? Where's the video?" Making memes like, "Oh, Tech's never gonna drop this video. He's probably just gonna like leave it alone." Oh, dude, if Tech made this video now, no one's gonna give a shit because it's like months later. I'm not you, dude. I don't have to fucking
Well, you
put up a
know,
live stream for the algorithm.
I just know that Nick was extremely underwhelmed by your video. Technicals.
Yeah, he made it very apparent. He said it multiple times and ignored it on the half-baked live stream.
Oh, did he
Ah,
actually?
Is there
That's
any
funny.
is there any recent topics? I don't think there's anything to talk about. Like doing this act, like pretending. It was really
Yeah.
funny.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
No. That's
Wow.
so ridiculous.
Base the Oreo. Base.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Do not
Just
address
like-
something that could kill you, please.
I don't know, man. Especially like in the Tech video where he fucking shits on Pig and Elvis for not fucking acknowledging his video. That's fucking.
Like, who
we
gives
should-
a shit?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Hey, let's just look past that, okay? We don't have to, or we don't have to pay attention to that. Come on.
We should. We
guys
should what?
didn't-
Or
Make a post about how great my video was? Like, what the fuck? You guys are pussies. No one respects you. Okay, bro.
Well, he said it was because they were cowards. So, like, if you take that same principle,
You
What
mean
does
the
that
same
say?
Energy?
I mean,
Same.
Nicholas Diorio
That's
even
ironic.
uploaded a pre-cope, which was like, how technicals will expose me. He's like, yeah, I pretty much guessed everything that he bring up. I don't really need to Yeah, I don't even have to like talk about this. I
I don't know,
totally
man.
guessed it right.
I find the way that everyone's handling this to be very fucking disappointing. Like, I didn't think they would like really like break down, and everyone's gonna cover their own segment, and Tipster's gonna make a twit longer, and fucking Tommy's gonna fucking like be very like somber and emotional. Like this is the guy
Did
that's like, you will
humble that
pay.
guy?
You will all
Yeah,
pay
this
for
stupid
fucking.
motherfucker said, "Oh, there's gonna be a price to pay, Sen," and you know, okay, I guess you were
Like
right.
an
There
evil
was a
villain.
price to pay for you.
No, yeah, he's like,
not for
listen,
me.
you all lied on me. You're a rat's nest. I'm calling Mutahar. You're all blacklisted right now. You all work together to lie on me. And then Technical drops his video. You know what? He has a right to criticize me, and everything is like, all right. I could pull the veteran card, but I'm not going to because, you know, why would you do that for internet shit?
He would though, but he can't because he just came off the heels of like abandoning the Oreo, essentially, right?
Well, no, yeah. I mean, even if he did, that'd be pathetic. Oh, I was a veteran, you know. I'm on YouTube now. I'm like,
he
no,
was
who gives a
already
shit?
pathetic though with the
Who gives a
Oreo
shit?
thing. Like
Well,
the
the-
Oreo
No,
thing already made him look pathetic.
Well, I don't think
No,
he
it did, dude. I don't know.
That's
I'm
a
like,
week ago.
you cannot fucking be an internet tough guy and boast and fucking be like, I'm telling everyone not to work with you. And then Technicals drops this video and you're fucking in disbelief and shit. And you're like, your attitude is completely
That's
fucking
what
different.
I've never understood. I've never been like, so like being a part of a community and like talking to people is one thing, but like relying on other people and then relying on that exposure and then relying on their help is a whole nother thing. I've never thought that, oh shit, if I didn't have connections to these people, I couldn't make good content. It's like, no, I make the good content and then I establish the connections with these people. So it's like, if they stop working with me, it doesn't fucking matter. Like I don't need you to get people to like my content. Like obviously everyone likes it, even if they disagree.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's better that you didn't do it that way and that you're like, you're self-made. You know what I mean? So like, you don't have to.
I'm literally God. Yeah. I've like ascended.
God.
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct, Vegito, fucking.
Yeah, if
do
you ever
that.
criticize me, I'll drop a 57-minute video without you knowing.
I'll drop a spirit bomb on your fucking head.
You're lucky that your rivals are actually like kind of relevant. Unfortunately, like fucking Augie still has like some relevance, and Nick and all them. You're lucky. All our rivals.
I mean, I had to put Ethan Klein in the thumbnail. I was like, if I put any of these guys in the thumbnail, it's probably not going to do as well. I
don't know, dude. My rival,
It's
my rival
Augie.
fucks himself up and like fucking gets himself put in like legal situations because he calls people pedophiles.
Hey,
too
that's
often,
my rival. What the fuck are you talking
Dude,
about?
Mine before yours.
My video isn't even monetized right now. It's like limited monetization. I drop like probably because there's like pedophile in the description or something, and then all the other part. But I was like, dude, fuck this. I don't even give a shit. I'm just gonna drop this for the vibes, for the fucking culture.
Or maybe Technicals it's because you got a guy dressed up as a fucking bear running around a fucking school, probably
running around a high school.
Yeah, I laughed at that. I was like, oh shit. Poor
Can I ask you a question?
Dude, that kid that came up to me, that was totally like we were just filming the shirt promo, right? And then this Indian woman just like fucking swoops next to us with her fucking SUV, and her kid comes out. She's like, I want to take a picture with the alien. I want to take a picture with the alien. He probably thought it was an Among Us character. And someone said, oh, you watch Technicals on YouTube? He definitely did not know what he was responding to.
Yes.
He just said yes.
He's like, yeah, alien.
Alien.
Dude, can I ask you a question?
No.
Who was in that bear suit? I want to see if I'm right. I don't know if you want to answer that.
Oreo
we have our
EP.
suspicions.
What?
Or it was Oreo EP. It's in the description.
Ah, shit, I was wrong. Fuck. Oh,
I guess
man.
we both were.
Hashtag
I guess
or
we
wrong.
both were.
Yeah, I was wrong.
You'll never know the magic.
Yeah.
Demon King Drago, thank you for the 2. I'm the goat. Hee haw, hee haw. Yes, you are.
Oh, Haitian J the rapper, dude. I don't know why he
Oh,
deleted
that
his
is
most
what-
recent song where he was getting all the comments, but
He's
blown
overwhelmed. He
up a
wasn't
little
ready.
bit. Yeah, maybe.
I'll tell you when we're off stream. What like the reason I asked you that question.
Oh my god, he almost has 500 subs. He had 130 when I started.
Yeah, that's good. No, I mean, good for him.
I'm sure he's appreciative.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. It's like that Technicals guy, man. But he told me he was a pedophile.
Dude, but like no hate to Haitian J. His videos are making me laugh like a motherfucker. Like it's entertaining in its own way, and if he keeps uploading, I'll keep watching.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, he is. All right, let's get to Augie. We'll close out the stream soon.
There. And apparently she was actually 13 years old. Then in
Oh.
2019, she told Nicholas Yoria that she was 14, turning 15 at the time, but told Zaptai that she was 16, turning 17.
Oh
So
shit!
the
what's
first
up,
question I
Maria?
asked her right off the bat was how old was she when this took place, because her age had been up for debate. And her response was, I was 14 turning 15, and I told him I was 16 or 17. I don't remember.
This
He
is what
wasn't
I don't
aware.
like is
Nobody
they
was.
use
I
these,
came forward about my
They use like, oh, it's 14 or 15 or 16 or 17, but then they take the latter and then only use that. They're like, oh, it was 17 the whole time. It's like, no, what the fuck? That's not what happened.
That clock keep ticking like a metronome.
Not anymore.
my real age eventually, and I knew it was wrong, which is why I decided it needed to be said.
She then states that no nudes or lewds were from him were sent to her, but he did plan a trip to Washington to see her and have sex. The age consent, by the way, in Washington State, 16.
Okay.
Okay, still illegal to
Yeah.
talk about that.
Let's see here.
But he doesn't.
Wow, and a
even
kid can be
reference
quoted in
that.
this video saying, quote, I remember him messaging me about how sick he felt when he found out how young she really was.
Actually was.
He wasn't going out of his way
Oh, yeah, this clip's also good.
as like a predator, I don't feel like. Did he know that she was
No.
13? Or do you think that did he
No,
know he thought that she was 16?
He told us that he thought, because I remember messaging both of us saying that he just found out that she was 13, and he
Yeah,
said
so
he was staying up all night because
He had
So she was
he
13?
thought that she was 16, right? So
So he thought she was 16
younger,
to
right?
begin with. He thought she was 16 to begin with.
Yeah,
Really?
that's what I
I-
that's what I don't understand is like they keep saying, oh, because with the Nick Cash situation, they say, oh, she had 17 in her bio, and then they use that to try and say that Zaptai thought she was 17 the entire time. But if that's the case, how come 4 months after her Twitlonger drops, he says that talking to a 16-year-old was a fucked up thing to do when it's still fresh in his mind? It's not fucked up if you weren't speaking sexually to her.
So the whole time she was fucking, well, he was under the assumption she was 16, and she ended up being fucking 13, 14?
Yeah, she was
13 turning
Yeah,
14?
yeah, and then later she says 14, 15. So she's just like jumbling the numbers probably.
Yeah.
So it could be 13, but like I would just stick with the median 14.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, what the fuck? And Augie's like not even saying anything about it. He doesn't disavow this shit.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he gives
to
him
his
like
defense, he does
criticism.
disavow
Yeah.
it, but like his criticism isn't equal to Mini Lad or
Oh,
like
No,
any
it
other-
doesn't match the same energy, you would say.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's fair.
It's almost like you had to put down your fucking dog. That's how he's talking about it.
Okay.
he thought that she was 16.
What about the Washington law? From my understanding, that only works if she wants to legally pursue him or something. I don't know. The legal stuff I don't get into because I'm not a fucking YouTube lawyer. But from my understanding,
Even
that
though
doesn't
he
make
just
any
brought up
sense.
the age of
What?
consent in Washington.
Yeah.
What?
Wait,
No,
wait,
that's
wait
not
a
how that
minute.
works. If
Wait a
it-
minute, buddy.
You can't say
Oh
you're
my-
not going to get into it when you're going to use the legal defense to defend Zaptai, dude. Like, what do you mean?
What?
Yeah,
the
fucking
fuck?
crazy.
The whole
Augie?
reason I brought up that law about communication with a minor for immoral purposes was as a counter to bringing up the age of consent in Washington. So for him to talk about the age of consent in Washington without bringing that up is just dishonest.
Well, like, it's crazy. Could you imagine a lawyer be like, "Oh, I'm not going to talk about it though." Like, fucking, it's like I'm not that great. I'm new. I'm
Yep.
fresh. Like, oh my
And
God.
then still pretend like you owned the discussion when you
Yeah.
can't even fucking talk about it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
No need to worry, guys. Got it.
Yep,
Gotta get
I
Oh my
nailed
God.
it. I told myself I nailed it, guys. I did it.
Oh my gosh.
High five.
High
I mean,
five,
honestly,
everyone
yeah,
like
you
that.
shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't be talking about these legal cases and shit if you don't want to get into the legal route, especially for all fucking people. When you're saying like nuance isn't included for all people, dude, I don't know. That's weird to
Yeah,
me.
That's like you're nitpick, or you're just taking the parts of the legal system that you want to use, and you're just ignoring everything else for some reason. I
Well,
don't
dude,
know.
you
Yeah.
can't complain about text missing nuance and then doing something like that. Like that doesn't make sense. Like, so
It's really
I don't-
shitty. I mean, he did say that he sucked ass at debate, so let's give him a pass here.
okay, I'll give him a pass, dude.
Let's give
He's
him a
young.
pass.
I mean, this isn't really his forte.
Would only work
So-
if he was like sued or something. And we'll get into what the girl here, Heather, thinks about Zaptai very soon. Actually, let's just get into it right now. Heather, quote, yes, it was legal in the circumstances that no explicitly nude images were sent. She then states that he's definitely not a pedophile.
Guys,
That no
the
explicit
minor
nude images
told
were
me
sent,
the
provocative
law
images-
was correct. I also know nothing about the law.
Dude, did he
Oh,
even
that's
like?
not good.
Did he even like confirm that shit with like ID or anything, or he took the girl's word for it?
I'll take
Probably
the
just
word.
took her word for it because he's a
Oh my
fucking
God.
dumbass.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of people taking people's word for stuff, and that.
Yeah, but
I don't
like
know,
the
man.
nuance, man. The nuance.
Not enough.
Which is worse sense, but nothing 100% nude. So as far as I know, this doesn't even break the fucking law. So after I got that cleared up, I asked another question that would have served as an excellent opportunity for her to play victim if she wanted to do that, to see where her actual motivations lie. And to my surprise, she didn't do that. I asked Heather how she felt about exposing a YouTuber and how she felt about the backlash she had received, and this is what she had to say. I knew Ed ever since he had 600 subscribers on YouTube. So I was one of the people who knew him when he was just starting out his YouTube channel. And honestly, it's been one hell of a roller coaster ride. We would get into Skype calls with my friend Katie. Katie triggers me for leaking shit.
Katie.
I want to
It wouldn't
like.
feel much different when we joined the game.
Fuck's sakes.
Go ahead.
Okay, so like, all right, unless I'm misreading this, didn't fucking Zaptai go to fucking law school?
Yep.
Yeah,
And he did
You
2
would
cases
think-
about being with minors.
You would think someone that has like some familiarity with the law would, not get in this predicament or not
fucking
need,
check an ID or something. Like,
or
that's,
not
that's
need.
personally why I don't like Zaptai, because like you can clearly tell if you look into this case that he knew it was wrong and he still chose to do it, and he was also cheating on his girlfriend, which kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Here's the thing: if you want to do this nuance shit, right? Let's put like some nuance. You can look at compare Zero's mindset, right? His actions and where his mind was at. It was obviously not the highest intelligence. Let's be real here, right? It was not the most social, social kind of intelligence. It wasn't up there either.
Socially inept. Socially inept.
There you go.
Yeah.
When you look at Mr. Zaptai Ed there, though, Mr. Law student here, successful YouTube
Who's
career,
educated and shit.
educated,
Formally
knows
educated,
everything that's
formally
going on,
educated,
can acknowledge the law, at least from what we can see. What the fuck?
Yeah, formally educated, not ignorant.
I'm not trying to defend Zero. I'm just drawing a parallel here.
At that point, you'd have to assume that he's just stupid and doesn't know, because he did a Lion Maker video and he did a Red Kiwis video, and he looked up the adjacent laws and then also tries to get with a minor. So
yeah. So I mean, so he knows exactly. He knows how to look up the information.
yeah, you can't make the argument that he doesn't know.
Yeah, that he's
this
ignorant.
person's sus. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no excuse for ignorance. Yeah.
Oh, but he showed a lot of remorse, so he's not a pedophile.
Oh, well, there you go.
When we
Well,
started talking about
would
sort of
the
what I think
argument
was
that
wrong-
he's upset that he got caught, or that he's upset? No, it's because I guess you couldn't really even try that argument reversed on them, because Pig and Alien, I guess, confirmed it. Like, he was remorseful. So yeah, you could rely on that one, even though it's Pig and Alien and they get persecuted for Zaptai all the time. So I don't know if you really want to take their word for it. I'm just being facetious and a dickhead right now, but whatever.
When it's convenient. Listen, okay. That's
No,
what
yeah,
I'm
like Steve Alive. He's a source for when you need to prove a point, but other than that, he's a piece of shit. So like, it's whatever.
Well, I wasn't
That's
going
fine.
to use that example, but you know what?
I did it for you. Like, fuck it, it's
We
fine.
love Steve.
I knew it would get out in the end. It wasn't my goal to expose him because I genuinely did like him. And despite our history, he's still a good guy. He's not a sociopath. He's not a pedophile. He's not a fucked up person. He didn't know I was that young at the time, and that's completely my fault. I knew right from the beginning when I posted that Spit Longer that nothing would be the same in regards to my status, reputation, etc. But once all the allegations appeared on Hot Wet Soup, I felt like it needed to be said because some of my closest friends at the time had already known me and him were talking, and I knew it was only a matter of time before it got out there. No, I don't wish I did anything differently. And if anything, it was a step forward to doing the right thing. I don't believe in cancel culture, and a small part of me regrets exposing him in the first place because I knew he would make it far and he would become extremely successful. And then she went on to say, I felt like it needed to be said. Revisiting the situation 2.5 years later, now that I've matured and grown up, I definitely have more headspace to review and think my decisions through. And that pretty much just walks back all the allegations tenfold. Before you start.
Okay. So it's clear what she thinks about the issue. All right. Let's get into what Zaptai thinks about the issue. In 2020, Zaptai did an interview with Nicholas Iorio, and this is what he had to say about his own actions.
I could see how that would get confusing.
Oh, that's the wrong. Oh, no. Actually, this is the right one.
Even in my video, everyone's like, "You're gonna make this video," and then you're just gonna, like, the difference is I never admitted to all this shit on video.
You thought she was 17, you find out that she's
show.
16.
Correct.
And you
You know
continue the
how fucking
conversation at
sus
this
that
point when you're
sounds, actually?
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
I
doesn't make it
never
sound
caught
better.
that. Yeah, I never caught that until now, actually. Like,
yeah,
I was like,
what the hell is that? The only difference is that you didn't admit to it. What is
on
that?
video. On video. Like,
Wait,
what
he
the fuck?
has it on the Reddit post I just pulled up, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm
fucking
saying. He's like, I haven't admitted to this shit on video. I'm like,
oh, what the fuck?
are you trying?
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah, are
make
you
things
trying to
better.
say you didn't make like a comeback video, trying to like Mini Lad did? Is that what you're trying to say? I never picked up on that until now. Fucking crazy.
There's the video title. Admitting all this shit on video.
17, and I believe at some point you turned 20.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you, in hindsight, think this was inappropriate, or
Oh, for
like,
sure.
where are you?
Definitely yes. That was just straight up fucking creepy and not all right.
I just fell back into what I usually do, and I only saved.
Oh, here we go. He's not gonna play the clip. I don't think. Let's see if he does though.
That Zaptai thinks what he did was weird to try and like own us, basically. Like, wow, not even this guy stands by what he did. How are you doing that?
Wait, what?
I don't really see how that.
What?
He
I don't
says
know.
it's supposed to own them.
Everything is an own to Augie Marks. What the
Yeah,
fuck,
everything's
dude?
about Twitter points and not like a valid argument.
Oh my god.
As long as he gets
Everything's
dopamine
own.
on Twitter, he's
Yeah.
doing good.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Shows that Zaptai is fully aware that what he did was weird and wrong. I mean, let's just be honest here. You know,
I could probably make an
when
entire
people
video
say,
just
like,
about how fucking shitty Augie is at debating, and it would do pretty well.
Yeah, probably. Sadly.
Future video.
you know, how could you defend this? How could you do? If I've ever said in the past that quote Zaptai did anything wrong or whatever, then I would genuinely want to correct that because I do think he did something wrong here. And that's just engaged with this in the first place. From what I'm told, he always thought that she was 17. Then she was like, actually, I'm 16.
That's not
Zaptai already
true.
just on his head.
That's what you think now. That's what you think now. I remember after the debate, you were posting on Twitter, if Tech talks about Zaptai, everyone needs to get up in arms and fucking defend him.
I should be able to find that
defend him
tweet
no
still.
matter what.
It's-
I have
but
no
like,
tweet, actually. I
oh,
saved it.
nice. Also,
Hey, you want
another
people
thing?
to defend that, Augie? There's no fucking way.
Well, there's another thing. Why is he saying, if I ever said this, let me clear it up right now. And then I think later in the video, he's like, I've been very consistent with everything I say. Okay, that's the undeniable fact. I'm like, what? But you just
weren't
gave a
joking.
disclaimer. You just gave
You
a
really-
fucking disclaimer, dude. What
Yeah,
the
you know
fuck?
everything about Augie, dog. So, like, you're like the Augie encyclopedia. I fucking love that shit.
That's why. I
Historian.
mean, look,
Says the historian.
you know, there are some perks to watching him. You know, I'll say that.
Yeah. I'm not knocking you for it. I'm just like impressed. Like, you know,
Good radio, man.
Let's continue this. Let's continue this. Let's get to
20
this.
dating a 17-year-old. Now she's telling me she's 16, but she's about to turn 17 next week. So I guess I can keep the relationship going because I've already justified it. And then after that, from what I'm told, like a week later, he was like, actually, I should probably cut this shit off.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh, dude, I thought she was 17 turning 18, but then she told me she was 16.
okay to
but
violate
she was
the law.
turning 17 soon, so I kept going, and it was like I understand it.
Wait, so what? Okay.
Play that back. Play that back.
Yeah, we'll play it back.
John, press J. Press J on your
Yeah, go
keyboard.
back. All right, there we go. There you go.
That because I do think he did something wrong here. And that's just engaged with this in the first place. From what I'm told, he always thought that she was 17. Then she was like, actually, I'm 16. Zaps had already justified in his head, well, I'm 20 dating a 17-year-old. Now she's telling me she's 16, but she's about to turn 17 next week. So I guess I can keep the relationship going because I've already justified it. And then after that, from what I'm told, like a week later, he was like, actually, I should probably cut this shit
I've
off.
justified
So
it.
if I were to criticize Zaptai, here's what
Okay.
Oh,
I would
God.
give him criticism for. First of all, okay, you're worth getting arrested for. I don't know the context of that DM. Either way, looks
Okay.
bad. I was trying to say that.
Yeah. All right. All right. See, this is the. I told you guys. I told you guys. I told you he did
Augie,
this.
that's
What
really
context
disappointing,
do you
dog.
need? Like, do you need the images or something? Like, what context is missing here?
That's
Is what I don't
like,
get.
yeah, that's really disappointing. Like, I know he just said it's not cool and shit, but like, that's some crazy fucking.
This is clearly in a
Isn't
sexual
that-
context, but I'm not going to acknowledge that it's in a
Yeah,
sexual
dude, isn't that what they
context.
said that you did with Zero? Like, you pulled it up and you just brushed past it. Isn't that the
Yeah,
same
they
fucking thing?
accused me of saying things that were like jokes and shit to like
You know-
excuse bad behavior.
To
And here he
soften
is.
You know what the
saying-
sad part is? Like in
Yeah.
that screenshot that he would see that message right below it, it says, "Oh my god, don't laughing my ass off, fuck me." And then Ed is like, "I can't wait to." So what do you mean you don't know the
That's what
fucking
I'm saying.
context?
Like the entire fucking context is there. What
What an
context do you
asshole.
need?
Dude, like, I don't know if this wasn't Zaptai. Do you? Let's say that this
No.
is Red
Oh,
Kiwis.
they would hold
No,
this over
he
his
would
fucking head for the
kneel
rest
on
of
that
his
guy
life.
immediately with
he would
mercilessly.
go
without any
scorched.
regret.
You call
He
him a
wouldn't be
weird
like-
grooming pedophile.
Dude, if
Yeah.
this was Zero right now, he would
He would
scorch him.
condemn him. He would condemn him.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
scorch
thing.
him.
They're
immediately.
trying to for less, like I said, because none of those messages, none of the again, objectively speaking, none of the Zero messages are anywhere near as bad as these. They're just
They don't
not. They're
get anywhere
cringy.
near the Zaptai.
Yeah,
DM.
they're inappropriate. They're cringy. I mean, you could make arguments about some of the stuff in
Absolutely.
them, right? Like you could make
Absolutely.
the best argument, like me looking, because I looked through all of them. I read every single one of them, all the ones that were provided, right, by Katie,
Mm-hmm.
her quote unquote Katie herself, right? And I look at best you could say, yeah, maybe this is suggestive, right? Which was the one where the rubbing belly thing, right? I was like, all right, this could be suggestive, but you don't see the full context here, so you can't
Yeah,
say
that's
for
the
sure.
worst one. Is an implication? Like you don't have
That
like.
sounds really
Why do the chats cut off when it gets to those parts and then immediately picks back up?
Yeah.
throughout all of the twit long. It's weird. Like I question that. I'm like, you screenshotted all of these random conversations and just left out like not even a little portion of those parts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like her reasons changing too. Remember in the text messages, I say, well, you know what? My reason has changed. He literally
I
says
saved
that.
them for, I saved them for posterity. Those were the happy memories that she saved. Were those specific screenshots?
But then in the text messages to Jisoo, she's like, my reason has changed. I saved them to defend myself, and I'm like, defend yourself from what?
Wait,
you know what I mean?
You're gonna have to show me that later in DMs.
Oh, dude, yeah. We'll show you later, bro.
Yeah,
because I went deeper into that document, and she actually Jisoo said that she text messaged Katie, like direct text messages.
Yeah, I saw those, but I didn't read every single message.
Oh, dude, I read them all, dude. I read them
No,
all.
yeah, we read them all a few times.
So she's wholly inconsistent, dude.
She changed it twice.
Her reasoning. Yes.
And she put a different reason in her twit longer too. She gives Jisoo one reason, puts a different reason in her twit longer, and says she saved them overall for posterity. So there's three reasons why she has these screenshots.
And then in the personal text messages with Jisoo, she says it's to defend herself in case Zero ever says anything against her. It's like, from what?
And then in her twit longer, she says she fucking held on to them in case she was going to be blackmailed. And then she put the shout out to the Me Too movement. But we can't fucking find Katie suspicious whatsoever because we're pedo defenders. That's the reason.
Yeah, that's what's weird. It's like I have reasonable cause to at least look into it and question the things, but I'm not even allowed to question it, or else they're gonna start like virtue signaling on me, like this is some kind of fucking Twitter debate.
No, yeah, for real. Like I don't get it, dude.
Oh my God,
John Swan stands with the victims like Katie, but when fucking Onision was out here like, oh, grooming's not illegal in America, like fucking what the fuck, dude?
Dude, it's okay. He just changed his opinion. God.
Dude, ever since he fucking put curls on his head, he's become a bitch. Like I don't care what you say.
Damn.
It's true. That's when everything went downhill. He did his Chris Hansen video with the curls, like, you know, fucking big dick energy, and then fucking lied about an autistic 12-year-old who hacked him and shit like that. Like fucking
lied to all of his friends for months. Dude, he's like actually coping because he's diminished it to a meme. He's like, oh yeah, I lied to Dream. He gets all the people to say, oh yeah, do you remember that John lied to Dream? Just so you forget how bad it really was. No, I can't think of any other person who would lie this much about the N-word. I can't.
No, dude, I'll help him make a meme right now. My career is like my fucking bangs spiraling down. Like fuck you, dog. So fucking
honestly. Yeah, the best way for him to have handled that would have been like, look, yeah, I did it. You know what I mean? I mean, then
I would have immediately just done that, being like, yeah, that was me. I thought it was funny.
Yes, dude, it would have been so much better. He probably would have gained stuff from that.
Yeah. People would have been like, fuck Dream. This shit is fucking hilarious.
Well, they would have been like, base John Swan, right? And would have fucking subbed or some shit.
Yeah, he would have got a bunch of base comments.
He's just not respectable. I can't respect the dude like that. What the fuck? That's such pussy shit. He's going to take all his friends down with him because he just can't own up to something so small.
I don't deserve to keep suffering for this 6 months later.
You're so stupid.
I don't deserve this backlash.
Every time I do an Aussie accent, I go from British to Australian.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I don't deserve this.
You're an idiot. Just let's keep going.
It was 6 months ago.
So that's one thing I'd criticize him for. And the second thing is he should have cut off immediately whenever she found out she was lying about her age. Even if she lied about her age and that age gap was still appropriate, which I don't think 1620 is for the record. All right. But even if she lied, let's say she was like 18. She was like, well, actually I'm 17. But in both of their states or whatever, like it's totally legally like, fine or something like that. Right. Even then, the fact that she's willing to lie about her age at all should be an immediate red flag to get away from the situation, which in fairness, Zaptai did. He was just willing to justify it for a little bit before ultimately coming to the conclusion that actually, no, I need to cut this shit off. The third thing I would criticize Zaptai for is saving images of her on his phone at the time. Now these images, again, from what I'm told, were from her public
Look at
Instagram
everything
page.
that Zaptai's done. Like, goddamn, and you still won't even like you call other people pedophiles.
Wait, so the
Hey,
legality?
it's okay because
wait,
they were available for public
did this
consumption.
change though? Because like I'm pretty sure he just changed his stance again because he's like, oh, if legally it's okay, then whatever. But like,
But he
it's
also
like,
doesn't know the law.
yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
But it's okay because they were available for public consumption.
Dude, that's so funny. Like all this shit I hear about Brit Bong. So Brit Bong posts the shit on fucking Twitter first, and it's fine. Like fucking, yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm just fucking. That's a stupid excuse, especially like I keep bringing up the fucking Instagram wake up shit where there was a folder of CP on fucking Instagram and it was covered by people and shit. Like I don't know how they wouldn't know that public consumption doesn't mean it can't be CP. That's just weird to me.
Can't be prosecuted.
Yeah, there's public CP all the time.
To public CP.
cheese pizza.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
which is so wrong. Shouldn't have done that. Even if you're, let's say you're 18 years
At
old
least he admitted
and
that.
you're e-dating a 17-year-old who's about to turn 18 next month. So it's like a totally.
But you're
perfectly
hey,
moral
but you're
relationship,
not
right?
being you're
Even
not
then,
being harsh
you still
enough.
have to
You're not
choose that girl
condemning
on
him
the
hard enough, though.
Because even if
That's
morally
not
it's completely fine,
condemnation hard enough.
you should
He's
just
not
not do that
wholeheartedly.
because
He's not
Yeah.
wholeheartedly condemning him. So by John Swan standards, he actually supports it.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Jesus
it's so
Christ.
stupid. That's what they kept telling you. I remember that. You didn't
get into
condemn him hard enough. You could have went harder on him. Like fucking what the fuck, dude? Shouldn't have done that though. All right, Ashi. What the fuck?
Okay. I love you, Alge.
All right, let's
this
keep
legal
going.
gray area where it presents a lot of questionable problems and just it gets into a lot of shit that you probably shouldn't be involved in anyway. Just wait. All right, that's my advice. Okay. Anyway.
No, it's
So
fine.
those are the three things I would put.
Hey
as
guys,
happening
I gotta
just
go.
based on
I
this,
gotta go
right?
pick up some stuff from my PO box and do some other stuff. But you guys have a good stream. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Yeah, no, we
and-
appreciate you having on.
Don't forget to send me that. Don't forget to send me the
I'll send
Katie
you the.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I have those saved. I'll send them to you, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
See ya.
Franchise in chat. What's up, franchise? How you doing, man?
Franchise, you want on? You want on, franchise?
Augie
You want to
Laundry.
come on, franchise?
He loves CP since
want
he
on
didn't go
in?
hard enough.
All right, well,
Like, oh Jesus.
we'll get through a
Jesus
little bit more of
franchise.
this, and then we'll
Cheese
we'll,
pizza. Cheese
The thing that
pizza.
makes the Zapta case different to me from these other cases
Cheese
is, first of
pizza.
all, the context of the relationship. This was an online relationship. They never met. Zapta intended to meet, but then didn't after he found out what the reality of the situation was. That tells me that even back then, when he was making fuck-ups and mistakes, he had, some amount of moral character in him to acknowledge that, hey, this is bad, this is wrong, this is immoral, this is weird, this is unnatural, I shouldn't do this. And then he stopped, right? Once he found out that he had been catfished. All completely fair and valid criticisms. Okay, I'm glad I'm not fucking this up, all right? Because admittedly, this whole story is so convoluted. I'm just constantly trying to walk in eggshells, make sure I'm not getting any minor detail wrong. But basically, to me, it seems apparently obvious, all right, that this story, this situation, and these fuck-ups are on a whole other planetary scale to Zero, to Minilad, and to Kiwis, okay?
What?
Is that a nuclear take, chat? Let's see what you guys have to say. Because to me, it could not be more abundantly obvious that we're dealing with completely different situations here that are on a much greater difference of a moral problem.
It's still illegal, Augie. It's still illegal. It doesn't matter how fucking worse it is. So what are you talking about? It's still illegal. The shit he did is still in the same fucking confines of the laws as the other people. He broke the fucking law, Augie. Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't matter if the situation's worse. Everything that you're covering right now, he's not covered legally by it.
Yeah. And again, these are people that argue, ignorance would not be excuse. Would not be
Yeah,
an
that's what I'm
excuse for
saying. So it
breaking the
doesn't
law.
matter if somebody fucking murdered somebody to somebody fucking raping somebody and one being worse than the other, it's still illegal. What the fuck are you talking about? Like fucking, and you can't, it doesn't matter. Why are you trying to make it look like a pissing match? Why are you trying to say one is worse than the other? It's still illegal. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yep, ignorance excuse.
Not a nuclear take?
I mean, look, fans
I mean,
are going
it could
to
be your opinion.
That guy can kick rocks. What the fuck does he want to
It
say?
could be. Yeah, no, it could be your opinion and shit, dude. But like, still, you can't just fucking act like it's not a big deal.
What does he want to say?
No, you can't diminish it like that because, again, like I said, ignorance is not an excuse.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's what they said that Tech did with Zero. That's the thing that annoys me, right? The thing that they said that Tech does for Zero is what they do for Zaptai, but shamelessly, dude. And I'm just like, fine, that's fine. But I'm like, at least fucking Technical said, I don't stand by these things. I don't condone them. He deserved his punishment. And he got everything taken from him. Like, I haven't heard them say this shit at all. Like, I heard Augie say, like, well, that's fucked up and he shouldn't have done it. Like, that's that's it. Like, I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah, well, even after that, remember, even Tech said he's like, that's fine. Look, if you want to keep him banned from the Smash tourney scene, that's fine. You know what I mean?
He broke the fucking rules and like he fucking paid for it like he's supposed to and shit.
Yeah.
You know? But if we're speaking legally, Zero is not going to get fucking locked up, right? Zaptai did break the fucking law. It's fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just whatever.
No, yeah, that shit is wild, man. All right, we'll get through a little bit more. We'll probably close out the stream soon here.
All right, listen up.
A couple more minutes. Let's see what else.
Technicals in this video, like I said before, states the commentary double standard as being that commentators will be cool with this guy, but not cool with these people. Okay? I think I've done a pretty decent job into explaining why that logic doesn't make any sense. Because in Tech's video, all he gives you are the age gaps. But in this video, you get the full context of the story. And even if you still disagree, at least, hopefully, you can understand the reasoning, the logic, why I don't like Kiwis. I'm not comfortable with that guy. Same with Minilad. Same with Zero. But why is it different with Zaptai? It's a completely different ball game.
Oh my gosh.
God.
I mean, that's just rose-colored glasses, man.
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand. I don't understand
that's
this
just-
shit.
And again, look, I think it would be more prudent, like I said, if they just if they just said, check this out. Look, here's what it is. He's a friend. Yeah, maybe some of the stuff we did was hypocritical because he's a friend, right? Like I said, there'd be more integrity in that, at least, to admit that. It's like, all right, look, we made an exception to the rule. He did some things that were wrong. We don't condone them. So we're kind of eating shit a little bit.
I don't know, man.
by doing it like this. But
because I don't know, even when they covered it, and even if that's the case, the fact that they fucking handled the tech thing with the fucking Zero thing the way they have this time, it doesn't really fucking equate. It doesn't match the same energy. So that's not even really good enough for me, to be honest. I think they need to take their own advice and really fucking condemn fucking Zaptai for his actions, right? And then if they feel merciful like they do from time to time, then they could be like, yeah, but we still want him back. Kind of like what they do with John Swan, you know? So like fucking you could do that. Like, but honestly, like I don't think you fucking you get to do this shit now, especially when you're setting up a precedence for other people to follow a fucking rule, and you're like, you need to condemn Zero harder. You need to condemn your brother. You remember them telling him that? He needs to condemn his brother, right? But like fucking here we go with Augie with like the fucking kid gloves with Zaptai and shit. He's like, this is why I think it's different. It doesn't matter what you think is different. You could think it's fucking a million times better. It's still illegal. Condemn those fucking actions, those illegal actions that Zaptai took that he was educated to prevent,
Exactly. And like
Jesus
I said,
Christ, dog.
Yeah. And
where's the consistency?
Yeah. Well, and laws were broken again. Had he even flown out, right? Forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it. That's game ending.
I don't know, man. Like I'm just really disappointed in the way that this shit is being handled. Like I'm not saying Zaptai needs to get off the platform, but I'm like, they need to address this shit in the same manner that they wanted it to be addressed for everyone else, dude. Zaptai's not exempt from this shit,
No.
Like I do think, if anything, they should do like Tech did, right? Like fucking be like, like he did this thing, it's fucked up. I think he deserves to make content though, because he's never repeated this fucking pattern of behavior. He learned from it and he's paid for it. And I'm good with that, but like no one is doing the same thing that they demand other people to do. And I don't feel like that's something I don't know. I can't do that shit. Whatever, dude. Why do I fuck this shit?
Yeah, I think with that, we'll go ahead and start wrapping up the stream now because we've gone a lot longer than I thought we were going to go. But I appreciate everyone showing up. Thank you, Technicals, for showing up earlier. Franchise, shout out to the franchise. Devend, Nazand. Who else? Who was the stream daddy this time? I think it was Demon King Drago and Zombie Fox. I think were the ones that were the stream daddies this time around. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said, once again the memberships are live for anybody that wants to join. I might add some tiers later. But I appreciate you guys joining. Shout out to Technicals again for coming on the stream because that was kind of unplanned. I don't know if you would, come on or not. Yeah, that was unplanned for him to show up, but I appreciate him showing up. Yeah. Thank you all for joining us this fine Sunday evening, and then we'll catch you on the next stream, which will probably be either tomorrow or the next day. So y'all have a fantastic night. Take care.
Adios. I'm fucking out.